All right, we're bringing in the Thursday with some high octane poker action with some high profile people. We're streaming live from the PokerBaazi live room right here in Goa. And welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. And this is a special edition of the Sit and Go that we usually have on Wednesday. This one is the Poker Sports League edition. So we have some of the team owners from the Poker Sports League and mentors and some pros too. And joining me in the booth are two people. So some interesting people in the booth with me today. Boys who know a thing or two about the game of poker and a thing or two about the people in your shot. Abhinav Iyer and Vivek Bajaj, welcome to the show, my friend.
Thank you, Dope.
Thank you.
Thanks for the lovely introduction.
So guys, what do we have here?
The action's already picked up now. We can see that Jaideep has, JD Bhaiya as we know him, has opened up the King Queen from +2. And seems like Cat, Katrina has flatted on the button with ace-7 off, and Sam has defended the big blind with 7s. It's pretty standard, but it's a little loose from probably Katrina, flatting on the button, I would say. But yeah.
It's okay, guys.
Call.
It's gonna be alright.
We have some interesting personalities on this
Check bet, sir.
really good edition of the PSL Sit and Go. I was actually playing it a couple of weeks back, and a bunch of us had actually showed up for this, and it was the normal edition of the PokerBaazi Live, so it was a fun one. So it was a good one. It was a good grind on a Wednesday instead of doing the online grind. So it's fun.
So you did the live grind. I like
Yeah,
that.
the live grind on Wednesdays.
Call.
Joining us is also Vivek.
Check bet, sir.
On the stream here, on the commentary box. Hi Vivek, what's up?
So interesting hand here already. Katrina, despite of flatting with ace-7, is trying to bluff out JD at this moment. Not the best situation. So once again, she chooses to bet big, almost 3/4 the pot on the river.
Wow, JD making the huge laydown with the queen, and that worked. That really worked. I didn't expect that to happen the first hand of the tournament.
Right. So she's come to play, man.
She's come to play poker here.
She's come to play.
JD Bhaiya making a huge fold there with trips and also blocking the nut straight, and she shouldn't have too many ace kings in that spot because it was just a single race spot. But we know, like.
We have no idea.
We have no idea what's
That's what I know. The commentators actually have no idea. And there's action from the other table. So we're 2 tables full today, folks. So that's...
You can see a stacked lineup on the second table as well. With Kunal Patni, Sushi, see Romit, we see Bagai, we see Varun Mana, who's the owner of semi-owner of Poker Dangal, part owner of Poker Dangal.
Right.
And we have a couple of owners from the other PSL teams as well. Like I see the Kolkata Kings owner sitting next to the Kolkata Kings mentor, this is Sushi, and we have the Delhi mentor the Delhi owner next to him. So yeah, it's a fun lineup today.
It's a super fun
two
lineup.
full tables.
Right.
First strikes. Check bet.
Dhaval seems like he's opened the King 9 suited from under the gun, and Sam has made the call from small blind with Ace 3 suited. Pretty standard, and Nikki has come in with, Nikita has come in with the ace jack off from the weak blind. And a good start for Dhaval as well. It's top 2 pair and takes it down.
So just 2 hands into the action, and we've seen some decent action on both the hands right away. Hitting 2 pair as well as a good fold in the first hand.
Not sure about it. It's a good fold though.
Good in the sense, a good hand, I would say.
So Cat, basically, I know the answer to Cat's favorite hand. You know, there's a questionnaire that filled out, which is her favorite hand. At the moment, I think it is not her left hand. She looks like she's had a bit of a fall. So in her words, I would like to say, as we see her, she's hooded as well. So she's gone for the hooded look.
She's in the zone today.
She's in the zone, man. You know what?
About half an hour back, and she was ready.
She was ready.
Waiting for all the pros and mentors to go just to play with them.
She was ready.
She was ready,
She
yeah.
was here. She was talking and
in the zone.
she's been in the zone.
looks like she's in the zone.
And she said, "I'm not going to sit at the cash tables because I want to play Tony poker."
Oh, yeah?
And she was here well ahead of time.
Yeah, that's-
Actually, she was here on time.
Unlike the most of us.
Unlike most poker players and owners slash
of the PSL.
mentors, yeah. But it's fun. It's fun to have a stream at this time of night, and it's also great that viewers can see really good players going at it. And it's going to be
Yeah, it's that time of the night where grinders will have less a few tables and they'll be able to catch the stream for a bit. Akshay, Aditya limps into the 7 from under the gun, and Akshay overlimps the king 10 off. I would have liked to see a raise from Aditya in this board.
50 more to call. Option big blind.
So we see a multi-way pot. We see a 6-handed pot.
I think it's going to be the norm today. The
gonna be-
multi-way pots.
I'm not too sure. After some point of time, there's going to be short stack poker a lot,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's
But
going to be fun.
early on, I think we're going to see some multi-way action. Everybody starting off with 10,000 in chips.
And we're playing 10k chips and 10 in a blind level, so it's gonna be fast action, and it's gonna be pacey and turbo-ish, so it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. See, you can see already.
JDB making the 60 big blind squeeze
Yeah,
over here,
he's-
which is from the big blind with Jack 9 suited.
Chiggy saying standard from the
He
back.
He just walks in and he gets a call
like, oh,
with 7. So Aditya was in the mood to gamble. He's in the mood to gamble.
Queens!
On your extra.
Queens! Ace king.
JD Bhaiya embarrassingly shows his Jack 9 suited,
Thief!
and he's happy. I'm pretty sure.
Fake
यहाँ
flip
तो
है
लिम्ट करके
ये
flip
fake
ही हो
flip
रहा
है ये
है।
fake flip है
6 साल क्यों कर दिए
So JD Bhaiya was a team pro for Gujarat Falcons, and also he was the owner of the team, and he's still the owner of the team. So
Just 2 outs now. Doesn't get it.
GG!
yeah, 6 outs on the river, and he couldn't get there. He probably hit the rebuy. He snapped, gotten up, and said that I want a rebuy. That's probably going to be the norm for some time as well, for the
That's
first
true.
40 minutes.
True that.
Everyone
True
wants
that.
to
True that.
just
Yeah.
gamble it up and spread up.
So I hope we see more of JD Bhaiya too. And
I think
Small
there are a
dead,
couple of
big
people
blind.
waiting on this list to jump into this tournament at this point in time. I think I was in the poker room and I saw Sid Mishra. Sid
Yeah, yeah.
was also looking very anxious to play.
So you're a big
And
blind. Small dead.
if there are more spots, I'll jump into
we can have a bet on this.
It's gonna be
How
fun
many guys think?
for a bit.
18.
18 I was gonna go 18
I love how the hard heads.
So Akshay again limping in. He has the queen 10 off at this point.
Highest been out of the field.
A lot of limps quite early in the game. Doesn't make sense with so many big blinds, right?
That's true.
Raise 500.
Sam making it 5x with the queen jack suited
Call.
in the hijack, and Nikki makes the call in the cutoff with jack 9 suited.
Call. 4-way.
And we see a 4-way flop,
Yeah.
which is going to be the norm, as we said earlier on, that
The
you're
big-
going to see a bunch of multi-way pots.
Yeah, the big blind comes along with King 3 off.
Check.
Massive flop for Nikita with the gut shot, 2 overs and a flush draw.
1500
Sam
bet.
is clearly not scared. He barrels 75% pot. He bets 1500 to 2000
Call.
with pretty much no equity.
Fold.
I would have liked to see a check over here in this spot,
Heads up.
but
What do we know?
what do we know? he has different plans.
Right.
I think.
Yeah. So there we go. Now he slows down.
Pretty
He
much
does.
a brick card on the turn.
Probably has to slow down once he gets called a 75% pot bet on the flop. I would say.
22 bet. Fold.
One card, one card. One card.
Nikita going for a very small bet. No, relatively small bet. And with the pot.
कुछ बोला नहीं ना
He
मैंने
bets 45% pot and he takes it down.
Are they doing the one card thing today?
I'm not sure. Last time we were here, we were very keen on playing the one card because it just creates so much action, and
Yeah.
it's just like anyway we're just playing with friends. Most of us were friends that night, so we just wanted to add a little bit of color to the game. So
Small, big.
Yeah, I think they're probably just starting post this because Nikita didn't want to show that card. So they made that rule going forward from here, I believe.
Bro, nothing is starting right now.
Wait, bro, it's still live from Olympic.
Like, but वो तो pre एक घंटा
हाँ,
हो
pre,
गया.
pre.
100 to call.
I think like maybe half an hour ago.
Katrina looking confident
Raise
with
200.
Queen 3 suited.
Cat opening up the Queen 3 suited from +1. Very unexpected open. Not an expected open, but
Oh, some action on the other table in the back. A lot of oohs and ahs.
And ahs,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah,
Re-raise
yeah.
700.
Nikki with the monster, ace king off, standard 3.5x 3-bet. Not sure if
Call.
the
500 more.
not sure if Aditya's cards are being
Call.
monitored
Three
by
way.
the RFID. We've not gotten it yet.
First strike, sir. Check bet.
All right.
Check.
Pretty decent flop for Aditya.
Check.
I'm not
He
laughing
has
at this.
two in a flush draw with Queen Eye flush draw.
Check. Check around.
We're tired right now. We're tired.
It's very wet for Nikki to actually see bet here.
So amidst all the chaos, there is a discipline check in the middle of all that.
1600 bet.
आ गया?
Katrina firing with no equity over here. She's coming in, trying to rep the flush.
Fold.
And he just makes a very soft move, which is pretty standard. Nothing should do after that. Yeah, action on that board.
Don't see Aditya going anywhere though. He's going
Call.
to come along.
Heads up.
So there we go. He makes the call. Pot's already escalated to 5,500.
There's a lot of big pots.
If you get a chance, usually I'm talking myself, so he might not get a chance.
Really does Megan call him an asshole?
But for Cat to take this pot down, she'll have to kind of bluff big on the river.
And she does. She goes for a bet. She's not scared. But she's gonna get looked up in the spot with Queen Eye flush.
Call. So long.
Yeah, and he makes the call.
So.
Second card.
Queen high.
Cat's in the mood to bluff today, huh?
Yeah, Queen High glove.
Yeah,
She's
then
come in with a
You
plan.
did say that.
She wants to.
No, I'm telling him. He's looking at Queen High with a king.
I thought it was
Yeah,
Queen
yeah,
Queen
yeah,
high. No way.
I
Yeah.
would prefer to give up.
He showed the flush.
what do we know? I'm telling you, we don't know Jack.
But guy won for me also.
You know, it's great to have you guys in the booth with me today because
My pleasure.
yeah, it's great to have both of you, Vivek and Pina, with us, and viewers, whoever's tuned in, who've actually stayed up late. Yeah, some great stuff in store for you because we got some guys who know about poker on air and some guys who
Don't know about poker?
yeah,
That's you?
well, one guy. There's one guy in this entire scenario who doesn't know about anything that's happening right now. I just read the script as it is, as you can see on the left and right of your screens.
I just
And,
yeah, but just saw you losing the 300 big blind pot or
yeah,
something. So
that was so sick. That was so sick. I just got it in with deuce 7 off,
and you're saying that you
and the guy didn't fold aces against me. I'm like, what's happening? What about my table image, man? You have to lay down aces against me.
double raising it up with the ace jack off, and Aditya making a move
500
3
more
bet with
call.
the kings. So interesting.
Yeah, looks
Looks
like
like
going to be a
emphasizing because as we can clearly see there are people want to play multi-way pots in this tournament.
Yeah,
At this point
yeah.
in time. They want to see flops.
अब क्या करें?
4-way.
it's a four-way
Now
pot
priced
again.
in with the ace jack off.
Let's hope to see an ace. No ace on the flop.
Check bet, sir.
Prem has Queen Eye suited. He's the owner for Gujarat Falcons. He's the co-owner with the Gujarat Falcons.
Bad guys. Bad. Wait.
Oh, he's from Coimbatore.
Yeah. He plays cash games.
1500
as
back.
well, so
Queens can put him in some trouble here.
these queens are going to be tough to lay down because the action free flop is so small and he's just chosen to lead on this flop. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure about the playing style. So
1500.
so,
We're all in.
and Aditya just goes for a huge shove on this flop. It's pretty unexpected, but I would have chosen to call. But little do I know, as we stay,
He is the chip leader. He can do as he pleases right now with all those chips.
So what do you think? Are we gonna get a call from
too big a raise probably.
Wow, he makes the discipline lay down. Seems like.
Wow. You're a field player, right? Yeah, I knew it. No hold-on player for queen. On the flop.
क्या कुछ मिला लीड करके
120. 50, 100, 120.
There's a lot of table banter today. So actually our booth, our lives in the booth is going to be so much simpler.
Yeah, we don't have to talk much.
All in बोल दिया यार.
आप लीड करो
Good friend of ours, Raghav Bansal,
Raghav
is in seat 3. He's got quite a bit to say tonight.
He's always a chatty guy.
Yeah, he keeps it very interesting
Yeah.
whenever he's on the table.
4, 100 to
Whether
call.
it's a big tournament, whether it's a small one, whether it's a fun event. It's great to have
It's
characters
the
like
Delhi
that.
Stars. It's not the Delhi Panthers anymore. Raghav is the mentor for Delhi Stars now.
Raise 300.
Favorite player from the men.
How do you spell that, Abhinav?
CZARS.
Oh, okay.
Seems like he's a big fan of Romit Advani over here because he thinks that Romit is his favorite mentor.
We raise
Other than
600.
himself, his favorite poker player in PSL.
And
His favorite moment was Romit winning.
Call. 3 more.
Romit Advani winning the PSL. He came second though
Right.
to our team, with Dhaval's team.
Call. 300.
Who won nuts.
Right, we see the chip leader picking up Ace King suited from the cutoff. 3-bet comes
Has
in.
been on a tear already. He's
Yeah,
picked up
he's-
his king
he's-
kings and he's
Call.
gone for a min 3-bet again.
4.
Right, so as we go through the action on the hand, the viewers can see something on the ticker below. We'll explain that in a bit, but let's get back to the action. Flop rolls out 3-9-2, 2
Check
hearts in
around.
it.
Let's check around.
Check it. Check.
Fine.
Check.
9-5 of clubs ahead at the moment.
9-5 drops from the small
Check.
blind.
Check around.
This is the most prettiest hand to play from the small blind.
Yeah, and on
Check 2.
that board, I'm pretty sure he's not going to lead out with a bet. And
The cat
no,
once
okay.
again looking to bluff.
1200 bet.
Trina trying to pick up some dead pots, like she's trying to capitalize on the fact that nobody has had any action. We didn't notice that Akshay was in the button with 4 deuce off. I didn't see
he
that.
came along with deuce 4 off. I'm telling you, it's some interesting stuff
Gets
happening.
caught
And
again. And he gets called by she gets called by third pair, which is a good call actually.
It's a sick call by Premnath. Absolutely sick call. So yes, this is the special edition of our sit and go from PokerBaazi Live. This is the Poker Sports League. Team
Tina has a shade zone.
owners.
She's in the zone now.
We have all sorts of stuff going on there.
Yeah.
Shades, hoodies, stoles, jackets, caps. Like it's all happening right now in the early hours of Thursday morning. So yeah, this is the PSL Team Owners, Team Mentors and Pros edition. And the next round of on-ground qualifiers for the PSL, the season 3, will be held in Mumbai on 29th of February and 1st March. Okay, so 29th Feb and 1st March. Download the app #poker to register and be part of PSL Season 3 as the game gets bigger.
It's gonna be bigger.
Yeah.
Raise 500.
Akshay raising it off.
500
cut off
call.
with two limps, which is Sam, two intentions limp from under the gun, and Aditya's hijack limp from that.
500 calls. 4.
You wanna see a heads up for a pot for a change?
Yeah. So heads up.
I expect. I just knew that it's gonna be. Generally, we're not gonna see a flop in this spot. But I just had a feeling that we're gonna see a flop this time.
Yeah.
Swing and miss for
500
Aditya.
bet.
Akshay flop stop pair with a
4.
good enough to take him down and get back to starting stack.
Queen
Almost.
So have you guys played with Aditya or Akshay before?
No, actually, I've not played with
right?
most of the guys. JD Bhaiya.
What on?
Played with Raghav, Nikita, and Deval. Dirty,
Dirty. Yeah.
as we all call him.
Yeah.
Small, big blinds.
He's dirty and funny.
100 more.
So his favorite hand, he says, is his left hand.
Right.
From his
Exactly. It's not basically his favorite hand is the opposite of what Cat's is, because Cat's left hand is at the moment damaged. and she said that, and I quote, she said she got some dope ass shoes from an online
Your shoes?
website. Well, my shoes are keeping me standing still, and she slid down the stairs. So that's what's happened to her hand. We'll have pictures of her hand shortly, and well, yeah. She's been getting frisky with her chips, even though she has only one hand. There we go. There's a little bit of compression bandage you can see. Prernath is keeping it solid, man. I'm telling you. It's like in all this chaos, he's just keeping it super solid. And I think we should have some prop bets going on in the commentary booth as to who you think is going to ship it. Vivek, any guesses?
Yes,
500.
Yeah, we have Aditya, like he's leading by far almost 2x the stack
Right.
of the others. But yeah, it's too early to say. But yeah, I mean, some of
500.
the top players here, so very difficult to take upon.
Impossible, right?
Yeah,
Nearly
who will
impossible. But I'll give you
exactly
some
win.
good odds. I'll give everybody some good odds.
You want to give me odds?
Yeah, I don't mind giving you some odds.
What are the odds of
I-
me shipping it?
You pick one and I'll give you the odds.
No, what are the odds of me?
Of you shipping it.
Yeah, I might jump into this one. Someone must.
Like I can take that bet, man. I'll give you 100-1 odds.
You wanna?
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind.
I need to find Chirag and get myself a seat and please this way.
I'm just gonna make sure
You're right.
they don't give you a seat and make my money.
Yeah, the beauty of the game is that you can't even be sure with a WSOP bracelet whether he's going to ship this thing or not. Right?
The thing is, I don't even know if he's actually going to take a seat. But if he takes a seat, I'll have to retract my words.
You want to retract your odds then?
You see, in YouTube, you see that the comment section, sometimes it says the message has been retracted. Like, we have to retract a little bit, you have to retract my words. So, I can go back on my words, that's why I'm the commentator.
Yeah, but looking at the camaraderie on the table, it doesn't seem like they're going to let anyone else
I don't think of you
join
as a
in.
person who goes back on your words. So I think you'll take the bet. Actually,
Yeah, it's a tricky one,
seems
man.
like I put you in a spot
But
there.
Vivek has said it absolutely correctly. Like looking at the camaraderie on the table doesn't look like they're going to need anybody else. So you stay with us in the booth. Someone's gone all in.
Cat's
All right,
gone
Cat's
with
gone all in with her left hand too. I saw her using her left hand actually.
It seems like we could be seeing a bust out where Cat has a gut shot and ace
My
high.
man got the ace 8.
We don't know Aditya's cards though.
He's got a king though.
Aditya's
I
cards.
did get a king. King 10.
You're not able to see Aditya's cards.
Ace on the
Now,
river.
There's no ace in the river, so Cat makes a quick bust out.
Second person to get out.
She says re-entry. Okay, so Aditya with a massive chip lead.
100, 200 blinds.
Almost 3 times of
Yeah.
the second place probably.
Yeah, and he's got more than three times the starting stack. This is the second level of play. He started first level at 50-100, no big blind ante. Second level, blinds are the same, but the big blind ante starts from here on in.
But which German security meet whose favorite teammates are?
Big blind.
No one, I just saw the documentary and I fell in love with
What
it.
documentary?
200
Dude,
calls.
I want to know this.
It's called Borussia Dortmund.
Game seems to have slowed down a little bit considering the way it started. Not everyone participating in all pots.
Seeing that now, by the way, yes.
So it seems to be stabilizing a little bit. People seem to be folding much more.
That Yank Roller, no,
Yeah.
no, 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 Yank
We
Roller,
are
Yank Roller way back.
almost up to hijack with no one limping.
Yeah. no one going crazy.
That's good to see.
But little do we know that that we actually don't know anything. Chigi, do you know anything?
I don't have the same.
In general, because we actually have no idea.
About this game?
No, in general. We've come to the conclusion that commentators actually have no idea.
That's why they commentate, no?
True that. See, sly low blow.
Should be.
I've been getting a few logos tonight.
Yeah. Here, ever since you walked into my life, we've been getting only low.
800, 6 more.
It might be a good thing.
Haaland run.
Yeah. Great feeling. Right, what's happening here?
The other team took.
Call.
He took.
Raghav is
Which he held out, and then he sprinted.
3-way.
on the button over 2 limbs.
No, he was like
It's pretty
3
good bet
milliseconds
from
off the
Raghav
world record.
because of the fact
The way
that he knows that people are not folding pre-flop, so
Same.
he's trying to isolate one of the guys and he's trying to play a check for one of the two.
Is this the first time Raghav's been involved in?
He has been
Ah,
involved
alright.
in a hand, so
1500 bet.
it's interesting.
But the best of the worst part about this table is everyone limps and then just calls your race. So
Yeah.
don't even know how much.
That's
to-
why Raghav is choosing to take a bigger sizing pre-flop by ISOing to almost 8x pre.
Probably.
Over two limbs, he made it 800. I mean, is it still 50-100? I can hear my name there from somewhere.
There's a seat open.
Is there a seat open?
Yeah, it's in our view right
Oh,
now
that's
between Raghav
Katrina.
and Prem.
Katrina's safe.
Cat might just come back.
Prem
one card, actually one card.
keeping it tight.
One card, one card.
One card, he does show one card. I believe he showed a queen,
I thought he was a great
queen of
striker.
spades.
Yeah, what do you think about
You'll have to
Ole?
excuse me for a minute or two. I'll
Please
just
watch
leave
that
back.
video.
Alright.
And
Please no, bro. He has these kind
This
of
is the current chip count with Aditya leading with almost 3x than the second player. Nikita is second with about 11,000
I just checked yesterday.
chips. And yeah, pretty much second to the 8th position, everyone has the same number of chips.
200 to call.
Subotic and one more Schmelzer. Basically, I mean, they're not that great, but like the front four is just like.
Bro, even now that Sancho and
Bro, Haaland is.
So cat's back.
Bro, Haaland is.
Oh, she seems to have taken
200
a
to
rebound.
call.
Leaves, that's true though.
Telling you she's
Very
coming.
good Premier League, but bro, Haaland
100 more to call.
is.
So by the way, I used to work for Baichung but I'm personal.
Oh, nice. My friend used to play in the thing. With Baichung, he played upon. One of my best friends.
Played in Baichung.
Yeah.
I used to manage.
all time low 10 minute के level है.
1200.
Raise 1200.
So I used to manage Baichung, all his tournaments.
Nikita raising the limb
Baichung is a great guy, man. I met him.
with Queen
I met
Jack
him as a friend.
suited.
Yeah, nice guy.
The game seems to be stabilizing now. People taking their
How much? Good luck. How
own
long
good
this
time
time?
to take the decision.
Yeah.
Dhaval has
He raised
ace
31.
queen on the big blind. He 3-bets to 3,100.
31.
Premnath gets out with his 5-6 suited. Nikita to take a call. Whether her queen jack suited is good enough from here. Blind versus blind, it may not be such a bad option, but she is going to be out of position against Dhaval post the flop.
Value.
Thinking hard. Looks like she's going towards folding, but like you said, we never know.
Never know. She's trying to prod for some information. I believe she asked him
Either
something.
she's gonna fold or raise here is what I think. Calling, she wouldn't probably think so much, right? True. Goes. Oh. We never know.
We never know. I'm telling you.
She just chooses to call. A queen on the board would be
Disaster for her.
disaster for her.
Yeah, we'll
right?
see some chips being thrown if there's a queen on that board. On the other hand, flops.
Great flop. Good for both.
It's definitely another version of an action-packed flop that we have here. She's flopped a flush draw. Dhaval's got top pair.
No. We take up a shade, and then we'll be fine.
He will definitely see, but let's see what
1600
size.
bet.
He goes for only about 1/4 the pot, which
They're all
is
in.
Yeah, and then
Call. On your way.
she was perfectly priced in to make the call, and she decides to go all in, which
He's doing the 3-bet
I guess you got 9 outs to yeah, you got 9 outs to hedge your tournament life.
35% chances for Nikita. Let's see if any luck on the river, and no. So that's a big pot for Dhaval. He almost doubles up here.
65.
Right, I think Nikita had him covered, so she might be left with a few more chips. She's got 2,000 more in chips, so that's 20 bigs.
Not bad.
Not bad. The next level, of course, her effective stack size would have reduced, but she's still in it. And Dhaval, like you said, takes down a big pot.
All my life I'll 3-bet ace queen get it in on this. Bro.
There we see action from the other table. It's still a full ring there. 9 players.
Small, big
Ravi,
blind.
as usual, seems to be the most active person on the table.
The range is stronger in this one.
And yeah, this tournament is
Big
his
blind.
Double limbs. Doesn't count. That's
brain
what it
cell
is.
probably.
100.
Yeah, I think it was his idea actually. To have this,
280.
this interesting sit and go with different kinds of characters, all colorful characters we have on stream for you guys today.
Yeah, definitely a good stream for people who are like learning poker, because we have some of the top pros from the country, also some of the mentors who may not be the best players but definitely have good experience in the game.
Right, they've seen enough of the game to know what's what.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they definitely know that they're playing against the good ones, so they're not going to be
Raise
playing
700.
rash. So very good chance for any of our viewers who are actually looking at these streams to learn poker. Sorry.
Yeah, very well said indeed, Vivek. It's a good chance for people who are new to the game to actually figure out what happens on a poker table. And amidst all that banter, I promise you guys, there is a lot of interesting action on the poker table that involves chips and hands and yeah, everybody's in a fun mood though, Vivek, must be said.
Yeah, I mean, the game started pretty late, considering that they all seem pretty active, although I'm sure they've all had a long day. But everyone's up for a good game of poker to pretty much end the day, I believe.
Yeah.
So the game seems to be stabilizing a little bit now.
So Cat's re-entered and she's changed her avatar. The shades have come on. The stole has gone off.
But the game remains the same.
It's the same. She's still getting funky with
The middle pair.
yeah, something
That too.
interesting. Queen Jack of diamonds. Okay. And
It seems to be the right thing to do probably, because she's trying to play her range advantage. She's the one who opened. And with the ace on the flop, I believe a c-bet is what she would go for. But all of these people have been betting almost 1/4 the amount as a c-bet, which I'm not sure whether it's the right amount to bet in terms of taking someone off the pot, especially when you're kind of semi-bluffing with the middle pair.
Call. 3-way.
yeah, and you see there Raghav absolutely perfectly priced and getting 1:3 on his money with his king high flush draw, which is pretty much the nut flush considering the ace of spades is there. Well, another ace rolls out on the turn. Is she going to slow down? Doesn't look like.
Not a 6 bet.
So she continues with her c-bet.
And Raghav lays it down.
So this is what we were talking about. Probably here is when he was not getting the right odds, almost did 50% of the pot. He could have still called, but probably because Katrina has just busted and taken a rebuy, he does not want to risk his chips unnecessarily.
Yeah, that's the advantage of playing aggressive poker consistently, right?
Right.
You're playing the same way whether you have it or you don't, and the opponents actually have no idea what's happening. And there you can see Raghav laying it down, not deciding to chase it, and also JD Bhaiya laying his cut shot
Big
down.
blind, so about 600.
Well, so it's all happening on this early hour of Thursday, 27th of February, and this is the PSL Poker Sports League, the special edition sit and go brought to you
3 more. Big blind.
live from the PokerBaazi room in Casino Pride Zone, Goa, and everybody is in good spirits.
300.
Yeah, I believe the late registrations are on for about an hour, so we will keep seeing the players coming back in at least for the next another half an hour or so. Post that,
900 raise. 9.
Okay, so yeah,
think your Chigi was
900 to call.
There's one re-entry allowed.
okay, one re-entry, fair.
So on you, 900.
I'm a nerd.
Broadway not folding. Broadway
I'm a huge deal.
नहीं पड़ेगा. Broadway
dot.
On the turn.
900, sir. 900. 6 more.
Hey, I'll call only in position, see what's up on the turn.
Failure.
I could also, I could.
600 more to
I mean,
call.
I
Raise
mean,
900.
to raise get it in, obviously.
I got to know the player.
So also okay to call also. I think
So here we see Akshay limping from under the gun. Couple of times he's limped. Couple of big
Definitely.
And
I think he's just gotten bored sitting doing nothing.
He has a lot of chips. Gotta give him that.
he sees he's preserved his stack. Yeah, he has. And with the king 4 off though.
Everyone seems to. At least he could try and laugh it out. But so Prem seems to be a seasoned
Giovanni Reina.
player here. Definitely.
There's a lot of cash games.
Yeah, he.
From long hours is another thing which I've heard, and he's from Coimbatore as we mentioned.
5 goals in 60 minutes or 70
Recently
minutes.
ventured out and gotten into the PSL pool with being an owner this year. So that's seems like he knows what's up.
Yeah, he definitely knows what's up. Look at his stable disposition. He's like I'm telling you.
Calls himself a fish, but I don't think that's
No, it's definitely
I
not.
like his sleeper in the floor.
Yeah, and you know he raised it up.
Big blind. 6 total.
It's definitely not a fish.
390, 3 big
See, you could just see that he adjusted so quickly. Like he saw Raghav probably raising
300 blind. 300 blind. 390.
just like snap adjusted and tried to play a heads up pot in this spot.
300 to call.
Close to 3 hours.
Yeah.
Katrina definitely is going to open from +1.
The way she's been
but
playing, she's going to
yes, King Queen off definitely.
We're all in.
Nikita's all in for her last 2
1950.
chips with Jack and off, which is not going to be good news for her. Because she's going to see either up making an ambitious call with ace 5 off or
1950, sir.
Katrina's definitely going to call her out.
Anybody has called
And I think we saw Jack being folded too there.
Just
by
a call
JB.
here, he should instead raise maybe, but like we said, we never know.
Most optimal call, but
Well, he has made the call.
he has keeps the chips, so he can do what he wants.
Akshay with the disciplined
And the
fold.
best hand at this point in time.
1950.
Akshay disciplined fold. He let go of 8-3 off. Like if I was the mentor, man, got to play that hand.
Oh, Akshay, I would like you so much, though.
It's a disciplined fold.
Until they were 8-3 comment over there.
It's a disciplined fold. I'm telling you. I would have played 8-3 off.
That's why you're on the commentary box, right?
True that. True that. That's why I'm on this side of things because I have no idea.
We
how
never
to play
know
this
the
game.
strategy, right?
He's doing the bracelet thing.
He's one of the PSL guys. Maybe he's just keeping the mentors and owners happy. You never know.
Yeah. She flopped a 10. Okay, here we go.
She needs to avoid a king, queen, or an ace, and she does, and she's going to that's
1500.
Aditya is not happy. He's like, didn't want to give you all anything to work with, but triple up goes in the favor of Nikita.
Katrina folds with no action.
It's interesting what's been happening, Vivek, since the start of play. See different approaches being taken by different people. Like it's the hand ranges. As commentators, we're not even though we're seeing their hands, we're not able to predict what they're going to open with, what they're going to limp with. Just imagine being on the table. You'll have I probably have no idea what's happening if I was sitting at the table right now.
Absolutely, that's why I mean you cannot gauge a game of poker in the short run. Probably, maybe even a couple of nights is not the best way where we can
That's true.
gauge the game.
Yeah, we'll have
But yeah, like I mean, especially the pros, I'm sure beyond a point we'll see them sticking to a range, which right now does seems to be difficult to point out because like we've just had about 15 to 20 hands, maybe a couple of more than 20.
300 to call. They're all in.
There we go. She's gone all in again.
Nikita once again. What are the blinds? How many big blinds is
I believe the blinds have gone up to 100, 200. So that's about 30, 35.
6,450.
jam?
Ace 10 off and he's really pondering.
6,450.
He's asked for a quick count.
show.
Has he made the call? Yes, he has
He
made the
has.
call, and Nikita's in great position to double up unless
1 second.
I have 9K. Oh yeah.
ace-9 of clubs for praying was on the big blind.
9,500.
I think it would make it easier for him to fold this after he's seen Aditya come along.
The only place I'll get value 3-way.
Side 4 से भी कर दो.
No, आपकी your
Side 4 से भी कर दो मैं तो कहता हूँ. देख ही जाओ. आर या पार. आर या पार. सीधे.
Everyone's pushing Aditya to call probably. But
Yeah.
he being the seasoned player he is, he knows that it's not the best spot.
There you see again, right? He makes the right decision. He lets go. Ace Jack well ahead. Domination nation. Aditya's behind. Nikita loves it.
See,
Loves that she got called by
I have a
Aston off.
feeling we are going to see a jack on the, sorry, a 10 on the board, but not yet.
Not yet, not yet.
Jump. If you win.
And there's a 10. You called it, Vivek.
Now you know.
Now you called it. You absolutely nailed it. All right. Who said the commentators don't know Jack? We know 10. We may not know Jack. Ace Jack eliminated. Nikita Luther is out the way, and I believe she will re-enter. There's a good chance she's going to re-enter.
Yeah, but yeah, that's a bad beat.
Blind says 2.
And in fact, like just a couple of hours before this, like we were discussing a hand and a very so ace 10
Anti
is
400.
a very tricky
2-4.
set of cards
400.
usually.
Yeah.
If you just hit a 10, you usually beat people who are ahead of you. So I was just obviously just taking a wild guess.
That's a bad beat, but because you called the 10 before it played out, it makes it so sick. That's a sick beat. Nikita will not be happy to hear this on
400.
stream. She's gonna come after you, Vivek, after she sees the stream.
Wait,
But
1600.
that's the way it goes.
I was just talking about my gut feeling, but yeah.
So sick, the gut feeling on the turn, the 10 showing up, and she's gone to re-enter, I believe.
Aditya getting stuck in all difficult spots. He shouldn't be calling here, but seems to be going for the chips. And even if you want to play hands like ace-6, ace-7, it's better to raise and play rather than actually call, because even if there's an ace on the flop, there's not much you can do.
Yeah, it's a great situation for Akshay to come along. Of
Yes.
course, he doesn't know the
And that too,
other
right?
people's
If you
cards.
just call, it gives like the other players a lot of odds to actually enter the pot with
Right.
just calling. So
On you. 3000.
Cat deciding not to
definitely.
bluff away this time. See, let's go.
3.
Right, Akshay with the 3-bet. I like this. I love this play.
3.
As Sam made the call, well, he has, and Aditya has 2. 2 Jack Queen. Great flop for Akshay. He's got middle pair on this board, but he's well ahead, and he gets his chips in. It's going to be nearly impossible for the other two players to make this call. I love that 3-bet by Akshay. You know, he's figured out that people are opening light on this table. Aditya is pondering it. He's just got ace high, and the only reason I believe he's pondering it is because he's got so many chips behind right now. And great play by Akshay. He takes that down, adds 7,000 more to his stack. So he was off to a slow start, but that's a huge pot he's taken down. So 9-handed we started this feature table today in this special edition Poker Sports League Sit and Go. Nikita Luther
Big blind.
was in the seat that is empty presently, which is bang opposite the dealer. I'm pretty sure she should be re-entering, so you cannot take my word for it. You cannot take my word on anything for that matter. Next round of on-ground qualifiers for Poker Sports League Season 3 will be held in Mumbai, ladies and gentlemen, on the 29th of Feb and the 1st of March. Download the app, hashtag poker to register and be a part of Poker Sports League Season 3, and it's a great event. For those of you who don't know much about the Poker Sports League, it's you can think of it as the poker version of the IPL. What IPL is to cricket, Poker Sports League is to poker in this part of the world. And it was great to see the first 2 seasons with really intense battles between different franchises and different pros. And we had people coming from different parts of the world to be part of the PSL in season 1 and 2. And I'm pretty sure it's going to go the same way in season 3. It's going to get bigger and more entertaining and more high octane if you're into some poker. Here we see right now Premnath, who's been keeping his calm amidst all the chaos and the banter, 3-betting with Anna Konikova. From the button, Dhaval makes the call with ace-4 of hearts. Both players check the flop, and a king of clubs rolls out on that turn card. Dhaval decides to check again. Prem checks behind. And the 6 of clubs on the river, so there's 3 clubs on that board. It's quite a wet board right now. 9, 10, king. Dhaval checks.
3000 bet.
It's gone exactly half the size of the pot. 3000 is the bet by Premnath, and Dhaval has to lay it down. Premnath has been playing absolutely solid poker. Dhaval too has been playing pretty solid, and that's the way Dhaval usually plays. He's a very, very solid poker player from the go and nuts.
It's not like you guys are crushing currently. So
He's right now second in chips is Dhaval.
I remember my last win.
Second in chips, but the chip leader has a 2-1 chip lead over him. That is Aditya R. He took down some monster pots as we began this stream. 2 tables full of 9 players each, and 1 re-entry allowed up to 50 minutes from the time of starting. So the re-entry should be closing very, very soon.
400. Raise 1000. 1000 call.
Bro, we have 3 minutes 45 seconds for rebuy.
We raise 5000.
Right, Raghav confirming that rebuys are open only for another 3 minutes 45 seconds.
4000.
And counting.
4000.
Cat picks up Anna Konikova off this time from the button, 3-bet. Akshay is open from the hijack with 9-10 off. Let's see how he decides to play this.
Silesh, is this an audition? Is this an audition of sorts?
He's thinking about it. And he lets go. So the right move by Akshay. Kat's got to be feeling a little more confident after she picks up some chips. She's already re-entered this event. Chip counts, runaway chip leader, 2-1 chip leader, Aditya R over Dhaval Mutkal. Cat is in third. Premnath's been keeping it solid, Akshay too. Raghav's not been involved much in the action. Raghav and Sam, both of them been very quiet. JD Bhaiya, after being involved in some big pots initially, has slowed down. That's also because he's been pretty card dead. Pocket fives for the chip leader, under the gun and 1. The blinds are at 200, 400, so he's going to limp in with that pair.
On you, 400 to call. 400 to call.
Cat over limps. Anna Konikova off this time for Sam, who's quite a short stack, so he's gone all in. Pocket jacks for dirty. He's just going to do the math and see if he should be calling or getting it all in. There we go, he gets it all in. Pocket fives, very, very tough spot to call off right now.
अब मैंने ओपन किया 3 बार शॉप करती है मेरे ऊपर मैंने वापस ओपन किया कट ऑफ
10,800
आप किंग्स आई कॉल अरे एस न्यूज़ ऑफ आई गॉट ऑफेंडेड I'm like ये क्या सीन है ब्रो कभी गलती से हो गया
Right, so everyone else out the way. It's Anna Konikova up against pocket jacks of dirty. See what we have. To the flop we go. Ace King Deuce. It's a great flop for the short stack Sam.
Queen of hearts with a sweat. Oh, that's heartbreaking. 100 दे दो बस वापस मुझे. 100 वापस दे दो मुझे.
And the river, no help for Dhaval. His jacks being cracked. Sam doubles up, more than doubles up. And he's got 8,300 in chips. As I take a sip of my hot water. It's nearly 2 o'clock, early morning on a Thursday or late evening on a Wednesday, whichever way you see it. Poker action brought to you from the PokerBaazi live room as we see Nikita Luther taking her seat again.
400.
Happy was rebuy.
Big blind. 400 to call.
Quickly she waited. She waited around for a while for the big blind.
Change.
It's not like it took time on that.
400 to call.
Again. All in blind. She was supposed to be.
They're all in.
Yeah, I'm not joking. I'm not
Right, and after this particular hand, we're going to go on a break. You see Raghav gone all in with king deuce off. Sam makes the call. He's just to his left with ace jack suited. And JD on the big blind looks down at queen 6 off. Let's go. Right play indeed.
Oh my god.
I didn't see her really.
Yeah, he's not jamming king.
I'm
I promise you.
I'm gonna rebuy. I think I'm gonna hit though. I'm sorry, bro. I apologize in advance.
Oh my god.
Jack deuce 8. So Raghav's got bottom pair. Sam's got top pair.
King ball.
Where's your team owner?
10 of clubs on the turn.
Boom, king
No
of
help for
clubs.
Raghav. And the 5 of hearts means Raghav will bust out. I believe rebuys are open still. 1 re-entry allowed. Or has the re-entry closed? Raghav's just realized the re-entry has closed. Sam doubles up yet again. And with that being said, we're going to go on a short break. It's all happening here. Don't go anywhere, folks.
एक सिंगल प्लेयर स्पोर्ट्स से अ टूर्नामेंट ऑफ टीम्स पोकर स्पोर्ट्स लीग हैज क्रिएटेड अ प्लेटफॉर्म जहां दुनिया भर से प्लेयर्स आए एंड बिकेम नॉट जस्ट टीम्स बट अ कम्युनिटी द जर्नी हैज बीन इनॉर्मस पोकर स्पोर्ट्स लीग इज बैक विद इट्स सीजन 3 अगर आपको इस एक्साइटिंग जर्नी का हिस्सा बनना है तो डाउनलोड द ऐप #poker एंड रजिस्टर योरसेल्व्स क्योंकि हम आ रहे हैं आपके शहर मुंबई में on 29th of February and 1st of March 2020 with our on-ground qualifiers at Andheri West. The gates open at 11:30 AM. So join the Poker Sports League Season 3 as the game gets bigger.
दो सक्सेसफुल सीजन के बाद PSL इज बैक विद सीजन 3 और इस थर्ड सीजन क्वालिफायर की शुरुआत हुई दिल वालों के शहर दिल्ली में। डे 1 में दिल्ली के कोने कोने से 130 प्लेयर्स पहुंचे इस क्वालिफाइंग ग्राउंड में पार्ट लेने के लिए एंड दे स्टूड देयर ग्राउंड फॉर द लॉन्गेस्ट टाइम पॉसिबल। और इतने सारे लोगों में उभर के आए 9 टॉप प्लेयर्स। उनके नाम हैं सिद्ध सेन, अखंड नारायण शुक्ला, जितेंद्र जुनेजा, शुभांकर मिगलानी, आशीष कौशिक, हिमांशु चिकारा, कार्तिक अरोरा, सचिन शर्मा एंड सिद्धांत मुखीजा। Well, no points for guessing. इससे सिद्धांत मुखीजा लीडर बोर्ड में ऑलरेडी एक बेनिफिशियल पोजीशन में पहुंच चुके हैं। Watch this space for more updates on Poker Sports League. Download #Poker app to be a part of Poker Sports League Season 3. The game gets bigger.
Wishing you all the best. Good luck. Let's shuffle up and leave.
tables are on, the fells are heated up, and the players are roaring to go. Well, it's time now to kick off the 25 lakh guaranteed tournament. So all the best to all the players in the field. Day one of the Baazi Poker Tour started with a bang. Well, it saw 286 entries to the 25 lakh guaranteed kickoff tournament. Now only 13 players have survived till day 2. Now they would want to crush each other to take the trophy as well as the big prize money home. Who would it be? We'll have to wait and find out, but all I can tell you is day 2 looks very promising. And now it's all boiled down to the final table, who will be battling it out for the first prize, which is 6,18,000. Well, the winner is Ashish Ahuja. That's the end to the kickoff event, but the games have just begun, so go ahead and enjoy all of it.
दिल्ली में पोकर स्पोर्ट्स लीग सीजन 3 के ग्राउंड क्वालिफायर्स का डे 2 भी रहा फुल ऑफ एक्साइटमेंट, थ्रिल एंड एक्शन। एक 113 प्लेयर्स पहुंचे अपने अपने स्किल्स को टेस्ट करने, एंड एज अ रिजल्ट वी सॉ सम एग्रेसिव मूव्स ऑन द टेबल। और जो प्लेयर्स बने डे 2 के टॉप 9 प्लेयर्स, वो हैं पंकज भारद्वाज, अभिषेक ग्रोवर, दीपांश गुप्ता, निखिल सानी, आलोक दोदावकर, सोनल दत्ता, संदीप ठकराल, अमित खन्ना एंड अपर्तिम चैटर्जी, जिससे लीडर बोर्ड में अपनी एफिशिएंसी से आगे बढ़े अपर्तिम चैटर्जी। Keep watching the space for more updates on Poker Sports League. Download the app #Poker to be a part of Poker Sports League Season 3. The game gets bigger.
एक सिंगल प्लेयर स्पोर्ट्स से अ टूर्नामेंट ऑफ टीम्स। पोकर स्पोर्ट्स लीग हैज क्रिएटेड अ प्लेटफॉर्म जहां दुनिया भर से प्लेयर्स आए एंड बिकेम नॉट जस्ट टीम्स बट अ कम्युनिटी। The journey has been enormous. Poker Sports League is back with its season 3. अगर आपको इस एक्साइटिंग जर्नी का हिस्सा बनना है तो डाउनलोड द ऐप #Poker and register yourselves. क्योंकि हम आ रहे हैं आपके शहर मुंबई में on 29th of February and 1st of March 2020 with our on-ground qualifiers at Andheri West. The gates open at 11:30 AM. So join the Poker Sports League Season 3 as the game gets bigger.
Welcome back, viewers. This is the special edition of Wednesday Sit and Go, which is actually happening in the wee hours of the night early Thursday morning. It's the Poker Sports League. Team owners and team mentors and pros and all sorts sit and go. And joining me in the booth is Vivek Bajaj. Welcome back, Vivek.
Thanks, Dope. We just have the players taking their seats now. We're going to start any moment. Everyone's taking it easy since it's a special edition. Probably we see it much more professional on the rest of the Wednesdays.
That first session of poker, Vivek, all sorts of stuff happening, and the last hand actually, which I think you missed that hand, Raghav Bansal getting it all in with king deuce off because they assured him or he assumed there was going to be a re-entry open even in case he busted. And to his immediate left, Sam called off with ace jack of clubs and took down the pot. And I'm not sure what's Raghav Bansal's state in this tourney as we speak. Has he been allowed to re-enter? Because it was close. There was like 2 minutes left when he got it all in with king deuce off. And then by the time the hand played out, I'm not sure how much time exactly was left. So it remains to be seen whether he's busted out or he's actually eligible for a re-entry. Nikita Luter, however, did re-enter well before the re-entry closed. So she's back. She's taken a seat again. Chip leader is still Aditya R. He is in your view right now with the white shirt on. Akshay's been playing pretty solid, man. After that, after starting off slow, he's taken down some big pots. And he continues to limp in the second session of flip.
Still calling limping. And Cat has picked up a monster here. Let's see what she does. A great hand to start with. 3 bets to 1600.
And we're gonna go bang right off the bat. Ace king suited for Sam. He's picked up 3 hands in a row now, which he's potentially going to get some equity from.
Akshay too should get out of the pot quite easy.
Yeah, Akshay, I think this may be one of the this may be one of the easier decisions he has made. But that being said, man, like loads of bluffs being thrown in. Like you don't know if Queen 8 off is actually that bad a starting hand right now on this field. Cat, we've seen very capable of bluffing. Bluffed at some big pots early on in that first session of play, and even took down some pots by doing so. Sam has been playing solid. He's not been going out of line, so Akshay may be considering that. Cat's gone all in.
Go all in and Sam calls.
Yeah, he makes the call pretty standard.
Yep. Let's see if we hit an ace or king. Ah, the first card on the flop
is an ace. And right, guys, so always are we going to see a queen on the river? I'll leave it to Vivek. He's the man who's been calling it absolutely right. So no queen on the river means Cat will be eliminated. I believe Sam had her covered.
And I think she cannot get back into the action now. The re-entries are over. There you see Bansal's back. So they
Bansal's back, yeah.
Probably let him.
I completely missed that. Yeah.
You remember you were getting up to go rebuy with 3,400 chips.
So this is the current status with Aditya leading the pack with 32,000, 32,500 chips. Sam close second with 31,000. He's just picked up a huge pot here.
No, not you.
Actually,
not
is
peddlers.
there at the table, but he's got one big blind. So he had the Sam covered in that hand, which is what it means. Had him covered by just a big, so he's sitting with that one chip right now. Not sure if it's 1 or 2 chips, but it's one big blind. He's all in. King 8 off, not bad. But of course, Sam again picks up a hand better than King 8 off. He's got Ace 10 of hearts. Dhaval from the cutoff, pocket 4s.
Where is he? You know? Oh, yeah, get right.
No point he folds. He could have either jammed.
2000. What's the thing? Line 3-6.
Akshay looking to
1400.
Not peddler alert. Not peddler alert.
14 more to go.
Akshay seems a little confused about
1400.
He seems to have a good hand here.
I'm reading right now.
He just calls.
Damn, I'm big blind again.
We can't see Akshay's card, so good game of guessing here.
Yeah, you got a good tell on him though. You did say that he's got pretty good hand by the way he was asking about the bet and how much was in the pot. Right, to the flop we go. Three-way. Raghav, this is for his Tony live. 4-10 deuce. No help for Raghav.
Sam's hit his 10 though. Should be.
Like you say, right, Vivek, ace 10 when you flop a 10 is
3,000
so
bet.
much better than most other ace queen, ace king
all in.
combinations. Alright, wait, hang on a sec, what's happening here? I think Akshay is led out on that board and Sam's just gone all in.
Oh, very interesting. How much did Akshay lead with? We didn't see that.
Three orange chips should be 1,500, I believe.
Very interesting. Unless Akshay has bigger pockets than jacks, should be difficult for him to call unless maybe with nines. He still can't call.
Yeah, it's definitely very difficult. I think unless he's got overs, he's not calling, and I don't think he's got overs.
But if he had
Is he called?
call,
See a jack there.
I might still win.
Is it pocket jacks?
I'm out. 1 out. I mean 3 out.
Jack 9.
Jack 9. Well, he's made the call with Jack 9. Is the king still live? Because if the king opens out, Raghav's going to triple up.
मेरे पास set था. Queen. King ball.
And the ace means Sam has got a lock on this pot. Akshay and Raghav both draw dead. And just like that, we'll see two players eliminated from this tourney. Akshay is just checking if the rebuy is still on. I'm not sure. Raghav's not left his seat and neither is Akshay, so I'm guessing that means the rebuy.
Why would Akshay call with Jack 9 off?
What the thought process there was.
So Sam's a huge favorite now with almost 1.5 times the second guy.
Which is still Aditya?
Yeah.
Which is still Aditya. So now 4 hands in a row basically. Sam has taken down huge pots. He doubled, then he doubled again, then he took down a pot against Raghav which crippled Raghav. And now he's taken down another huge pot. So that gives him the runaway chip lead.
And Raghav's got the chips back again. So yeah, the late registration seems to have extended.
Yeah.
No one here cares about the registration period ending.
9.
So I'm guessing Akshay will also continue to be in that seat with a new chip stack.
I might make a mistake.
Raghav with pocket jacks.
I know. So you have to have
the
match. No, that's not true.
Everyone's getting out. Prem not with his.
Hang on, Iyer has taken a seat. Yeah, so Iyer's taken a seat. Well, my bet still holds. Iyer 100 to 1 on your money if you ship this.
There's no audio. I want to ban these guys.
More and more pros getting into the mix. Should be a great table to watch. I don't know how seriously are they playing, but however badly they play, probably they're still going to play well, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's one of those situations where they don't make wrong plays,
Yeah, it's probably beyond their instinct now to.
Exactly, they've just been playing the right way for so long that I don't think you'll be seeing them make too many bad plays at all. In fact, you'll be seeing them make good plays even on their bad days.
Yeah, and they would definitely want to get, although they're all friends, want to get one up on each other.
Absolutely.
Especially on the big hands.
Yeah.
So Nikita's picked ace queen.
600 call. They're all in.
And goes all in with her.
I'm a blind call, Nikki. Do it.
Raghav says he's going to blind call.
10,000.
Let's see if he does it.
I want to win. I want to win. Oh, pehla acha hai.
Show.
Queen deuce. Oh, yeah. How much do you have? 10.
So Raghav's badly dominated here. Although it was a blind call, he still got great cards.
That was pretty rude. 3, 2, 1, 4. Raghav ने time. Oh yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Whoa!
He does make the call.
And
He
good
makes
news,
the
bro,
call. Not great news for Raghav.
अब
He's,
लगेगा
like you mentioned, Vivek, terribly dominated. Ace Queen off Nikita up against King Queen off from Raghav. And there's a king on the board. Here we go.
Could it be a second bust?
Some more outs opening out for Nikita with a 4 of diamonds on the turn. And the ace on the river. The ace on the river. Raghav's got 900 more in chips.
I got chips.
There we see again. He's almost covered, but he's not yet out of it. He's still got a blind and a half, I believe.
I had a feeling it was coming by the way.
I said in
I genuinely think it's coming. I had a feeling it was coming.
क्या हुआ जैक 9 के साथ क्या था
EPIP. Sam's been playing 48% of the hands. He's been putting money in voluntarily. Aditya, and I guess most of those 48% should be shoves because he's been getting all his chips in when he's been seeing any mid-premium hands at least.
600.
Yeah, but he's been getting decent cards as well. Like a lot of
Yeah, it was a couple of hands in a row that he got some good hands
right.
with which he could get it in with.
600.
So he is still the chip leader. Nikita Luther
You guys didn't use the ball
doubling
by
up there.
Jaldi karo.
Raise.
Attack launch ye wo.
6,000.
Abhinav comes in with a raise. I think that's
Queen 10 off. That's quite a big raise though.
I know this situation. I know this. I know. I gotta do it, man.
right. Raghav's got to go all in. Jack 5 of clubs, not too bad.
जैक 10
It could have been worse set of cards that he might have got in that particular spot. So he's fighting for his Tony life yet again. This time with Jack 5 clubs and yet again Queen 10. His opponent is ahead.
5 also.
He says Jack and Raghav takes the lead.
King Queen
Ace.
Still 6 outs for Abhinav though. And the deuce of spades means Raghav will get those chips and stay alive in this Vivek.
Right. But already he had 2 less chips to actually make a difference. But now he's got at least 3 big blinds, I believe.
Blind change 4-8.
Yeah, मेरा card वापस
चल 800 डाल फिर यहाँ पे रहने के 800
तेरा bet on है. तेरा bet on है. बटन तेरे बटन तक. अभी नहीं है.
4-8.
तेरा bet on है. नहीं. घर भगने की. घर भगेगा.
800 to call.
Delhi goats
अरे जीडी भैया आप रुगानी को क्यों नहीं लेते अपनी टीम में?
लोग तो जोवानु छे
इस बार तो वाइल्ड कार्ड है.
मैं कैसे खेलूं
Bro, you gotta do it though. Like no one represents.
shout out to the goat
Like goat does, you know what I
shout
mean?
out to
Like,
the goat
you got, and he's good also.
Shout out.
800 to call.
shout out
Shoot out.
A lot of banter on the table. Not much
all
for
in.
us to talk. That's a good set of hands
3,000.
for Raghav to go all in 3 big blinds with. King Queen suited. Sam makes the call with ace 4 off. Everyone else is pretty much out of the way.
oh I like
Chance for another duck pick for Raghav.
This is the cage has my debit
Pretty
card.
much a coin flip situation. Ace 4 off for Sam. Raghav with King Queen of clubs.
Marginally ahead, but
Queen. Clubs.
And there we go, the Queen on the flop. And Raghav takes a massive lead just like that.
6
Don't do it. Don't do it.
And the Jack of clubs rolls out on the river means Raghav's right back in this 2 quick double ups. Sam losing a few chips, that won't dent his stack by much. He is still the chip leader with 41,000 in chips. And we are still 900 on this future table. One player has busted out, that is Katharina. She's left and she's been replaced by Abhinav Iyer, C2. Rest of the personnel is same since we started this stream. Chip leader.
blinds going up.
Blinds going up 400, 800.
dangle now
Abhinav is the
I'm
shortest
not
stack.
sure if the late registration has ended yet. we'll have to see only when no one's allowed
PokerBaazi.
to.
Bazigar.
800 calls.
छोड़ो क्या करना फोल्ड कर दो
800 calls.
Right, Akshay limping in, so he continues to limp.
Raise 5,000.
Oh my god!
Raghav with ace king off.
They're all in.
He's gone all in. So he's already got a lot of dead money in that pot. Let's see if Akshay comes along too. Then he's got a chance to actually more than double up.
नहीं नहीं.
Akshay should definitely get out.
Oh my god!
He's gonna fold here. Me? अरे इसकी क्या जरूरत है?
मोटा है ना मोटा. मोटी बच्चे.
Okay guys, I'm going to do the all-in dance when I'm out.
86.
I'll show you the all-in dance.
I want to see it. I want to see it.
How much?
8,000 fold.
ये all-in का मतलब करूँगा ना?
So on.
So Akshay has folded. Iyer has to call his pot committed. Raghav does it for him.
You can't touch my card.
आराम से डू सकेंगे.
इसके बाद
आराम से डू सकेंगे.
चलो 3 खोलो 3
5 diamond for sweat.
3 GG हो गया तो
Deuce आ जाएगा. Deuce अंदर वो changes.
And the flop rolling out
well played bro
in favor of Raghav. He was still ahead. All he needed to do was hold, and Iyer has been eliminated just like that. I keep my money. I don't pay him 100 to 1 on his money. And that being said, we are joined by none other than Mr. Bagai. Welcome to the booth, Bagai. How's it going?
Hello, bro. It's a good place to be. I've never been here.
Yeah, you haven't.
I've
This is the
seen
first
obviously
time.
a lot of these, but I've never sat down.
All right, this is an interesting spot to be because from here we can say whatever we want and not worry about the action.
I anyway say whatever I want without worrying about the action. That's not new. But it'll be fun to see everyone's cards.
That's true. That's true. I remember the first time I was in here.
Who are all these people, man? What are they doing here?
I have no idea. I'm telling you, the commentators usually have no idea. We just have fun in the booth, like I said.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that raise. That raise? What are the blinds?
Blinds at
I don't really understand poker well. So I'm going to ask you a lot of really stupid questions.
So that's two of us then. So
maybe we should find a pro, like a Bansal, right? Bansal's a pro, right?
Bansal's a pro. He's just quadrupled. He went all in twice, and back to back he took down pots.
Still looks like only had like a 15k, right? 16, 17k.
Yeah, he's got about that much. Pretty much spot on.
How do you know all this?
I have no idea. I'm just echoing what you're saying. And Abhinav has actually just taken a seat. I gave him 100 to 1 odds that if he actually shifted, he would get 100 to 1 on his.
You gave him 100 to 1 odds to one of the best players in the country. What does it say about you, man?
And he busted out, man.
Oh, he busted out? Why can't we see Raghav's cards, man? Who's streaming this?
I have no idea why we can't see Raghav's cards.
But Raghav probably didn't put it in the right place. It looks in the right place, though.
More or less.
ये क्या हो रहा है?
Check. Pocket sevens for Raghav, and he's
check.
Just gonna get his chips in. I feel, he's just in that mood where he's gonna see value on pretty much any board right now.
Who's the guy in the blue shirt, man?
You should tell me. You should tell me.
Actually, know everybody here.
Yeah, so you should tell us about all these players.
Okay, so the guy in the blue shirt is CFO and the business head of Poker Sports League.
Okay.
The guy in the white is a recent addition to our team owners. He just bought the Delhi team of Poker Sports League.
That's interesting.
I can keep talking about Poker Sports League. You'll have to interrupt me. Let's talk about the hand.
Yeah, the hand, Raghav's got a lock on this, and he's going to take down some more chips, and just like that, he was down to 900 in chips per guy.
Really?
Yeah, he was down to 900 in chips 3 hands ago, and just like that, he's up to 21,000 nearly in chips.
So if you had to put money, tell me, who would you put money on this table?
This is interesting because I want to know who's left in the other table too, but on this table, I would go with Dirty. I just feel Dirty. So.
Dirty?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know.
I'd put money on Raghav and Nikita. Actually Nikita, because Nikita was very focused earlier only. So a long day work. She was so focused.
And another person who's been very focused on this table, has been Prem Nath. He's been keeping his composure amidst all that chaos. He's been keeping it super composed and making all the right decisions. So I wouldn't be surprised if he takes this down.
I was about Prem Nath. Prem Nath, what I heard about is that he loves playing cash games.
Right.
Apparently people say he's a fish. And by the way, he owns my team of Gujarat.
Right.
But also that he can do these 40-hour sessions without stopping.
That's what even Iyer was saying. And the way he's been playing, he's not been playing like a fish at all. He's been playing like a man who knows those spots before. He's seen those spots
Look at
before.
that, Akshay, well done.
Now we know.
Now, I mean, that's actually not well done. That's just like unfortunate.
Yeah,
running tens into jacks.
It's pretty.
What does he do?
Yeah,
I think he folds.
Second player all in.
Oh my god, man. The hero
So he just learned poker recently, Akshay, after joining the company in June. I mean, if he manages to run his spots like this, I hope he wins, but I doubt it.
Right, and just like that, my pick to win it is going to be in a spot of bother if a 10 doesn't roll out on that board. Central in the house, Bagai.
If there's a 7 on the floor, then turn as a 10.
Scientist.
It's actually good to be here because every person here is connected so much to Focus Pro League.
Right.
They are the mentors or the team owners, and it's come on 10. I love seeing bad beats, that's what I like poker. I love giving bad beats, I like seeing bad beats. I think that's what makes poker fun.
That's what makes it so unpredictable. That's the nature of the game, like you mentioned. Akshay's jacks will hold though, and dirty down to 2K.
No, he's not dirty no more. When his hair was long, he was dirty. His new name is Swatch.
Swatch.
He's gone extreme.
Right, but that being said,
anyway,
Blind 500, 1,000.
and see what the view looks like from here.
500,000.
It's been nice being here. It's not my cup of tea.
Big blind.
I will be back another place another time. Thank you.
Right.
Good. Wish you luck. I'm going to send the other commentator back.
right, you're welcome. Thanks so much for joining us, Pranav. And with that being said, Kawal Mudgal has pretty much been crippled. Unfortunate for him, he ran into jacks when he had 10s.
1,000 calls, sir.
Next round of on-ground qualifiers for Poker Sports League Season 3 will be held in Mumbai. The information is on the ticker below in your screens as we speak. 29th Feb and 1st March. And all you need to do to register is to download the app #Poker. And once you're done registering on that app, you can have a chance to be a part of PSL Season 3.
Oh, she's going down.
5,000, 3
But make me money.
Right, Aditya, who's been quiet in the second session of play, comes in with a 3-bet and takes it down, gets the job done from the small blind. It's going to give him some momentum, we hope. So seat 2, whoever's been on that seat, 2 of them have taken seat 2 and both of them have busted out. The first to go was Kat. She busted out in that seat, and then it was Iyer who busted out a few moments ago. Raghav Bansal's made a miracle comeback. He was down to 1 big blind. Now he has quite a few of them. He's quadrupled up in a couple of moments and then doubled up yet again. So he's got nearly 20,000 in chips.
Raise 2,000.
Pocket queens for Nikita.
They raise 5,000.
And pocket 10s for Aditya R. We could see cooler yet again for the pocket 10s. Let's see what Nikita does to do with this. She's going to be out of position, so she may just get all the chips in. And welcoming back to the booth is my man Vivek Bajaj. Welcome back, Vivek.
He raise 16.5.
Yeah, and we just saw a cooler with Dhaval picking up 10s and running into jacks, and here we see Nikita's got queens and Aditya's got 10s. He's made the call. Nikita's in great shape to double up.
Yeah, pretty much a cooler, right? Difficult to get out of such spots.
All in player.
Nikita's
400.
already
I had 8-5.
lost
I had 8-5. Yeah.
one pot with the 10.
8-5.
Yep.
So, not this time.
Running diamonds, all at 10.
यहाँ पे कौन सा bluff?
And 8, ooh, that's an interesting card. Loads of outs more right now. And the 6 means Aditya will not get there. Nikita Luta will complete her double up.
And a huge pot for her, almost 37,000 chips.
Yeah, and
She may pretty much be the chip leader. I'm not sure though.
yeah, I think it's close between her and Sam. You are right, Vivek. Sam's been quiet last couple of hands. Okay, he's just marginally ahead. Blinds are now at 500, 1,000. Big blind ante in play. Dhaval is the shortest stack. JD Bhaiya also with in that short stack zone with 4 bigs, just over 4 bigs. He's been card dead actually for quite a while now.
Right.
He's not picked up any sort of hand, so his stack has been eaten into by the blinds and the antes.
So yeah, other than the top 2, pretty much everyone's on 20 big blinds. So there'll be probably a lot of all-in action that we should see in the next couple of minutes.
Right, so there we see, picks up a hand with which he can go all in. He's gone all in. Queen 10 of diamonds for Akshay, who's on the button.
Definitely not calling 1/4 his stack. Fold.
On your Vex, sir.
Should be an easy fold.
Easy call for Raghav to King 8 of clubs. Unfortunately, he is dominated.
बिना देखे दोनों पिल गया Oh, नहीं पिल पिल Oh, crush!
Oh my god! That's so sick!
Heavily dominated. Only a king.
King ball! King ball!
देख ऐसे ऐसे वापस दे दे रहा हूँ मैं उनको
King it down! King it
ऐसे ऐसे
down!
वापस देता हूँ
Ace deuce 3 is the flop. No help for Raghav. JB Bhaiya, on the other hand,
My ball!
takes the commanding lead with the ace coming out there, and he just absolutely goes on a tear on that river. Another ace rolls out, and Raghav will lose some chips. JD Bhaiya will stay in it with the timely double up.
Actually, he's probably back to about 10 big blinds. Should be a healthy spot at this point in the game.
That's what she said
And you know,
exactly 10 big blinds.
exactly 10 bigs, and Premnath also with 10 bigs after all the solid poker he's been playing. Raghav with 13 bigs.
Premnath's also been pretty passive looking at the action. He's also been pretty much card
Yeah,
dead.
pretty card dead, I would
And
say.
he's made some good folds with his 9 suited.
अगर मैं पॉट में आ गया डर जाना
Right, so payouts have been announced, Vivek. First is going to take home 60k, second 25k, and third 10k. So top 3 places being paid.
2,000 calls.
That's not a bad top price for sure. So it would be healthy competition towards the end between some of these pros, hopefully.
somebody else's jam picture
Dhaval jams his 2 big
I had
blinds.
perceived nuts in this spot like
Aditya
such deep
calls
nuts
with
I can't
his
tell you
10.
but I'm crushed deep 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 in my soul
15.4.
Right, Nikita gets out of the way. Ace Jack off. Well ahead. Domination Nation. Aditya is behind yet again with Ace 10 off.
keep it clean
Again, the Ace 10 will pull it off, you think, Vivek?
keep it clean
Not sure.
Alright.
Not every time.
Not every time.
Both of them have clubs.
opportunities
He wants to learn and giving him
opportunities heartbreak
Chop. Chop. It
check me the heartbreak
goes.
hotel guys
So double, unfortunately, was in a great spot to double up.
everyone loves the chopper apart from me
Not too happy about that.
Not happy at all as he demonstrates quite obviously, and Aditya will save himself some chips. He'll be happy they chopped that pot. He wouldn't have wanted to lost 2 of those hands in a row getting a player all in against him. Like you mentioned, Vivek, we're going to be seeing some hands come up now where we'll see more than one player go all in for sure with those stack sizes in play.
Right.
मेरा
Seems to be some changes on the table.
Yeah, Nikita has been relocated to table 2. We'll have a picture of that table soon too to understand how many players are left on that table.
1000 calls.
Okay lah.
Guys, बहुत ज़्यादा gold equity है.
The thing is that like. Okay lah.
उसकी क्या जरूरत है?
Raise 2000.
Akshay raising with 5-6 suited.
पर मैं कैसे ना call करूँ?
Not a bad raise from Hijack.
पहला पत्ता.
Everyone getting out of the way. Sam calls with 8-6 suited. Should be an easy fold for Dhawal.
करना तो पड़ेगा, करना चाहिए. I know what you have, करना पड़ेगा, करना चाहिए.
Heads up.
So we have a
Checkmate.
after a long time a non-all-in pot. Akshay does have a range advantage. He should definitely see bet, but he chooses to check. Sam checks back.
Check bet, sir.
Another ace. That's a flush draw for Akshay.
We might see him lead out on this, Vivek.
Yeah, most definitely should definitely take a stab because
Well played, Nicky.
Checks back.
checks back. Interesting.
Check bet.
Double
But
up.
now pretty much
I said well played to you because you lost a pot.
4000.
Well, it makes it easy for him to fold once the river breaks out. And Sam will continue to keep the chip lead. Takes down another 4,000 to his stack. Akshay will lose some chips.
so we
That
have
is the only coolest city up in this state.
7 on the stream. So I think we still have at least 13 to 14 players. Not too many have
बंदर बहुत गंदी रीड कर रहा है.
actually busted out.
यहाँ पे भी कोई बैट नहीं आई फिर से. इनकी भी कोई बैट नहीं आई सारी. बेकार रीड कर रहा है.
1200.
मुझे बता रहा है मेरे गेम चेंज करेगा.
Call. 1200.
ये है स्ट्रांग है.
So blinds have gone up to 600, 1200. And Akshay limps in with ace-8 off from early position.
Dhawal has less than 2 big blinds and he's thinking.
And he puts it in the middle. Yeah, 3-6.
2300.
I believe he's got some live cards there. GD Bhaiya with 5-10 of clubs.
2300.
I got
What
5
is he thinking?
I'll show you one if you want.
Don't tell me. Oh, he calls.
11.
Akshay.
Call.
Funny
One player all
idea.
in.
But let's see what JD.
But just a little bit. Oh, 5 high!
And the 5 rolls out. 3s. And Dhawal's in great shape actually. He's got an open ender.
With the top pair.
Yeah. And gut shot for Akshay, I believe, with an overcard to the board.
6800.
Akshay is looking to lead. Oh, JD's call one all in. Let us see. Difficult call for Akshay. He should definitely not call this huge bet here. That's almost half his stack.
You can see it's got him thinking he's in a spot for sure.
Yeah, but with a
6800.
We heard that, Nicky.
online both over
Somebody
cards,
gotta keep
is
you
it
honest.
worth calling? I doubt that too with a 4, 5, 6 kind of a flop.
बेन सिमी ने दिखाया बस एक बार ये मौका क्या होता है.
He has a gut shot with 2 overcards.
How much did you buy the charts on Monko for? Ben ने एक बार हाँ बोला था ना Monko. तब सुन लिया.
Makes the lay down. Right lay down. And Dhawal's in great shape to triple up.
Don't do it to me. I gotta put it. Yeah. Don't do it to me. Don't do it to me. Good for you. मेरे पास bluff नहीं है. मेरे पास bluff नहीं है. Always coming 7 will hurt.
Ooh, and unfortunately for double, the turn and the river not helping him out. And he will be eliminated. There goes my pick to take it down. And JD Bhaiya quickly back in the scheme of things, being card dead for a while. Now he's laddered up to 15 bigs, nearly 15 bigs, maybe about 12 bigs.
But now we definitely have the late registrations closed, so no one gets back in at all.
Total 24.
Guy, तीन document में आ रहा हूँ
dead. 1200 to call. 12. Sir.
Send some players, man.
1200 to call. Raise 4,800.
Floor. Sit. We have five. Send somebody. We have 5.
6, 7. 6 and 7. JD.
Yeah.
Big blind. 24 total.
Oh, 6. Sorry. 24. We have 6. How many there?
7.
Okay, then
12 NG, 12 big blind.
we have 6. Sorry.
Right, so six-handed on this feature table after a couple of bust outs.
And the second position has 12 big blinds, so a lot of action lying ahead.
For
Sam
sure.
is way ahead, almost
Big blind.
3x or at least 3.5x the second highest pot.
Raise 3,000.
Premnath finally picking up a hand of sorts to open it up with. Unfortunately for him, the button wakes up to pocket jacks.
And he's wondering what to do. He'll probably like to take Premnath
All in.
And he does. Should be an easy fold for Premnath here. Akshay is thinking with ace 3 off. Easy fold. Premnath does make the call, so only a queen.
Yeah, and I think we saw Aditya fold the queen Vivek, so this is he's going to be drawing pretty thin.
Right.
Running diamonds, one way of getting it done.
But you never know. No help on the flop for Premnath. Just 3 outs, of which we've already seen one.
The ace on the turn gives him some outs. 2 of those outs in his opponent's hands, and the river is a 9 of diamonds, which means we will lose Premnath. We played pretty solid poker up till that point, and like you called it, Vivek, we were going to see a couple of people getting all in and couple of bust outs obviously as a result of that. Just like that, 5 players remain on this feature table. We'll get you more pictures from the other table too to give you an idea of how many players remain. Whoa, there are quite a few players on the other table.
Yeah, Sushi seems to have a big stack.
And I have a feeling Sushi is going to be moved to the feature table. There are 8 players on that table. Romit Advani is still in the mix. Kunal Patni is there in seat 1. So Sushi, there we go, he gets off that table, which means he's coming to the feature table. There we go, he's going to take...
So I think at least 13 players are, 12 or 13 of them are still there because there's 6 on this one. And if we count it right, there were 7 more on the other. So still 13 players left in the mix.
1200 to call.
अरे ब्रो मेरे पास 10 रुपए में 14 ब्लाइंड है कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता
6 more to call.
तुम्हें कितने look at my stack
Sir, option. Option.
Check calls with 6-7 off.
bro.
Yeah, JDB made you?
I think it's only made you.
Exactly.
Raise cut the bro.
What was your hand against dirty?
I was big blind.
They're all in.
And Raghav opting for that squeeze from the big blind with 8 deuce suited. This might go through, I feel.
All in.
Yeah, because both
Like 12,
Akshay and Aditya have pretty much
14.1.
kind of limped, so very difficult for them to call with these hands. Unless
Call?
they're
Don't call yaar, ऐसे मत करो.
Aditya making that call.
Has he made the call?
Special coming up.
He has made the call.
Oh no, you're dominating me.
Domination Nation. 8 deuce versus King deuce off.
नहीं यार, ऐसे मत करो bro.
I put this.
How did he make that call though?
Good call, sir. Oh my
So
god.
probably he knew that Raghav is jamming blind.
I had a king. Oh, it's on the stream. Oh my.
So probably only an 8 or running.
Not a bad flop.
Six of spades. Six of spades.
3 also an out right now for Raghav.
Oh, that's good too.
No 3 on the turn, no 8-2.
No, not deuce. 8, yeah.
And the ace on the river. So Raghav is going to be eliminated. Aditya will quickly get another, take down a big pot. He's back to nearly the 30 big blind, or 25 big blind mark, I should say.
Yeah, so game getting a little interesting. People doubling up and getting to a better position to play than 10 big blinds where they kind of put their stack in. So yeah, I think another 10 minutes or so we should see a couple more people get out and get to the final stages soon.
Right, we should be down to a final table, I think so.
Small
too.
dead.
That being said, a lot of poker coming the way
Big
of the
blind, 12.
viewers and of poker players this summer, Vivek. We have the PSL, which is of course going to be having their qualifiers in Mumbai later this month. And of course, we have one of the biggest tournaments in the history of Indian poker, the End Boss, brought to you by no other than PokerBaazi. Vivek, massive guarantee in that particular tourney. 10,000 rupee buy-in, 5 crore guarantee in the prize pool, and 1 crore to the winner. Have you seen numbers like that before in Indian poker, Vivek?
Yeah, I've been actually seeing the ads online, and yeah, pretty much one of the biggest tournaments. PSL, I believe the qualifiers are already on in Mumbai, and they're going to hit a couple of more cities very soon. And also, I believe there's another tournament towards the end of April called the National Poker Series.
Right.
With some IIT and IIM teams participating. I'm not sure of the format though. Have you heard about that?
I'm yet to get the format of that too, Vivek. But I know that PokerBaazi is going to be the official partner of that event. So that's going to come. I'm pretty sure we're going to have some streams from the PokerBaazi live room for that National Poker Series. That starts off in the end of April and goes into the early parts of May. Is that right, Vivek?
Right. That's right.
So yeah, so the end boss kicking off on 15th of April goes through up until nearly the 20th. 19th I know is day 2 of that event. And the National Poker Series kicking off in the end of April, the last week of April, runs into the first week of May.
1600.
So a lot of poker action coming our way.
Absolutely. So a lot of this has been coming up in the last 2 years, and now going into 2020, we've already seen the IPC, BPT, and all concluding last month. So good start to the action in the beginning of the year, and also a lot of action towards the middle. So I'm sure it's going to be a hectic year for poker this year, and it's only been growing. So fantastic time to be a poker player in India at this point in time.
Have you covered? All in to cover.
Right, as we speak about poker action coming in, see, Sushi's gone all in behind 2 limpers, and then Akshay makes the call with ace-5 of clubs. It will be ahead because Sushi's got king-jack of clubs.
That's an interesting call though. With 14 big blinds, not too bad.
Thank you. I feel lucky. I feel lucky.
Akshay is definitely ahead. Oh, he's hit an ace as well. So extremely difficult for Sushi to...
Give me something.
Right, and the 7 of clubs on the turn means Sushi
pretty much
will
drawing
be
dead.
Yep. And Akshay will double up just like that. Sushi is going to be in the sub 10 big blind zone just like that.
Akshay will be very happy taking that pot.
कितना अच्छा हैंड है.
with ace-5 suited. That was a good call and deserves that double up. Moves on to almost 30 big blinds now. So Akshay is in a good spot. Oh, 20 big blinds, sorry. 30,000 stack.
Yep. He's in a great spot. Aditya also, after that big pot, he's up to the 18 big blind mark. The shortest stack for the moment on this feature table will be Sushi.
Big blind.
So not a good change for Sushi to move to this table. He immediately lost a big stack there. Not a bad jam with King Jack suited.
Yeah, a little bit of some bad vastu, like they say in real estate terminology. The vastu not working out for Sushi right now.
And you can see the drink come to his hand.
And he's folded because he picked up garbage. He picked up 5 deuce off. What's happening on the other table? Looks like some action from the other table.
JD Bhaiya with 17 big blinds is the second shortest stack here. Aditya, Sushi.
Hang on a sec. Are we down to a final 9? Oh, right. We are down to the final table, I believe. So we're going to take a short break. Just like that, we're down to 9 players. See you guys on the other side of the break with all the action from the final table.
एक सिंगल प्लेयर स्पोर्ट्स से अ टूर्नामेंट ऑफ टीम्स. पोकर स्पोर्ट्स लीग हैज क्रिएटेड अ प्लेटफॉर्म जहां दुनिया भर से प्लेयर्स आए एंड बिकेम नॉट जस्ट टीम्स बट अ कम्युनिटी. द जर्नी हैज बीन enormous. पोकर स्पोर्ट्स लीग इज बैक विद इट्स सीजन 3. अगर आपको इस एक्साइटिंग जर्नी का हिस्सा बनना है तो डाउनलोड द ऐप #poker एंड रजिस्टर योरसेल्व्स. क्योंकि हम आ रहे हैं आपके शहर मुंबई में on 29th of February and 1st of March 2020 with our on-ground qualifiers at Andheri West. The gates open at 11:30 AM. So join the Poker Sports League Season 3 as the game gets bigger.
PokerBaazi Live Room, the place to be to catch the best of live poker action in the country. It's a good day to be a poker fan, but I think it's a better day to be a great poker player. And if you're a poker player, this is where you want to be. I'm standing right in front of our fabulous feature, which is all set to host the final tables of the latest edition of the Baazi Poker Tour. So PokerBaazi Live Room, Casino Pride 2, is where you want to be if you like poker.
पोकर में पेशेंस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एज इट्स अ टाइम कंज्यूमिंग स्पोर्ट एंड ये एसेंशियल होता है कि प्लेयर्स अपना फोकस लूज ना करें. इसीलिए हमने भी अपने क्वालिफायर्स में ब्रेक्स रखे हैं एंड इन ब्रेक्स में हमारे प्लेयर्स अपने आप को रिफ्रेश कर सकते हैं हमारे आइस टी पार्टनर ब्रू हाउस की चिल्ड आइस टीज के साथ.
Brew iced tea is very good. You should try, everyone.
is very nice. I saw a bunch of flavors and I asked my friend here which one she liked, and I preferred this forest berry, and it tasted really nice.
Without iced tea and a good poker play.
Ooh, good poker player. Are you a good poker player?
I think.
This one's my favorite. Delhi में Poker Sports League Season 3 का Day 3 broke all the records with 167 entries. And I must add, I felt हमने pro players और fresh players का एक बहुत interesting mix देखा. और काफी प्रो प्लेयर्स का सामना करते हुए आगे आए हमारे टॉप 9 प्लेयर्स. एंड द नेम्स आर रविंदर दलाल, वीर कौशल, साहिल अरोरा, अंकित पांडे, विकास जेठनानी, राशिद रजा, वरुण मल्होत्रा, शेन ऑसवल हॉजेस एंड सागर असरानी. With that, a 21-year-old Sagar took home the winner's trophy and made a spot for himself on the leaderboard.
There is a very famous saying, you might have heard it, you don't play your cards, you play the man next to you.
अगर आप भी इस exciting journey का हिस्सा बनना चाहते हैं, then download the app #Poker and register. Join Poker Sports League Season 3 as the game gets bigger. एक सिंगल प्लेयर स्पोर्ट्स से अ टूर्नामेंट ऑफ टीम्स. पोकर स्पोर्ट्स लीग हैज क्रिएटेड अ प्लेटफॉर्म जहां दुनिया भर से प्लेयर्स आए एंड बिकेम नॉट जस्ट टीम्स बट अ कम्युनिटी. द जर्नी हैज बीन enormous. पोकर स्पोर्ट्स लीग इज बैक विद इट्स सीजन 3. अगर आपको इस एक्साइटिंग जर्नी का हिस्सा बनना है तो डाउनलोड द ऐप #Poker and register yourselves. क्योंकि हम आ रहे हैं आपके शहर मुंबई में on 29th of February and 1st of March 2020 with our on-ground qualifiers at Andheri West. The gates open at 11:30 AM. So join the Poker Sports League Season 3 as the game gets bigger. एक single player sports से a tournament of teams. Poker Sports League has created a platform जहां दुनिया भर से players आए and became not just teams but a community. The journey has been enormous. Poker Sports League is back with its season 3. अगर आपको इस exciting journey का हिस्सा बनना है तो डाउनलोड द ऐप #Poker and register yourselves. क्योंकि हम आ रहे हैं आपके शहर मुंबई में on 29th of February and 1st of March 2020 with our on-ground qualifiers at Andheri West. The gates open at 11:30 AM. So join the Poker Sports League Season 3 as the game gets bigger.
दो सक्सेसफुल सीजन के बाद PSL इज बैक विद सीजन 3 और इस थर्ड सीजन क्वालिफायर की शुरुआत हुई दिल वालों के शहर दिल्ली में. डे 1 में दिल्ली के कोने कोने से 130 प्लेयर्स पहुंचे इस क्वालिफाइंग राउंड में पार्ट लेने के लिए एंड दे स्टूड देयर ग्राउंड फॉर द लॉन्गेस्ट टाइम पॉसिबल। और इतने सारे लोगों में उभर के आए 9 टॉप प्लेयर्स। उनके नाम हैं सिद्ध सेन, अखंड नारायण शुक्ला, जितेंद्र जुनेजा, शुभांकर मिगलानी, आशीष कौशिक, हिमांशु चिकारा, कार्तिक अरोरा, सचिन शर्मा and Siddhant Mukhija. Well, no points for guessing. इससे सिद्धांत मुखीजा लीडर बोर्ड में ऑलरेडी एक बेनिफिशियल पोजीशन में पहुंच चुके हैं। Watch this space for more updates on Poker Sports League. Download #PokerApp to be a part of Poker Sports League Season 3. The game gets bigger.
Wishing you all the best. Good luck. Let's shuffle up and deal.
The tables are on, the fells are heated up, and the players are roaring to go. Well, it's time now to kick off the 25 lakh guarantee tournament. So all the best to all the players in the field. Day 1 of the Baazi Poker Tour started with a bang. Well, it saw 286 entries to the 25 lakh guaranteed kickoff tournament. Now, only 13 players have survived till day 2. Now, they would want to crush each other to take the trophy as well as the big prize money home. Who would it be? We'll have to wait and find out, but all I can tell you is day 2 looks very promising. And now it's all boiled down to the final table, who will be battling it out for the first prize, which is 6,18,000. Well, the winner is Ashish Ahuja. That's the end to the kickoff event, but the games have just begun, so go ahead and enjoy all of it.
पोकर में पेशेंस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एज इट्स अ टाइम कंज्यूमिंग स्पोर्ट एंड ये एसेंशियल होता है कि प्लेयर्स अपना फोकस लूज ना करें। इसीलिए हमने भी अपने क्वालिफायर्स में ब्रेक्स रखे हैं एंड इन ब्रेक्स में हमारे प्लेयर्स अपने आप को रिफ्रेश कर सकते हैं हमारे आइस टी पार्टनर ब्रू हाउस की चिल्ड आइस टीज के साथ।
Brew iced tea is very good. You should try, everyone.
Oh, it was really nice. I saw a bunch of flavors and I asked my friend here which one she liked, and I preferred this forest berry and it tasted really nice.
Brew house iced tea and a good poker play.
Ooh, good poker player. Are you a good poker player?
I think.
This one's my favorite.
PokerBaazi Live Room, the place to be to catch the best of live poker action in the country. It's a good day to be a poker fan, but I think it's a better day to be a great poker player. And if you're a poker player, this is where you want to be. I'm standing right in front of our fabulous feature, which is all set to host the final tables of the latest edition of the Baazi Poker Tour. So, PokerBaazi Live Room, Casino Pride 2 is where you want to be if you like poker.
दिल्ली में पोकर स्पोर्ट्स लीग सीजन 3 का डे 3 broke all the records with 167 entries. And I must add, I felt हमने pro players और fresh players का एक बहुत interesting mix देखा. और काफी pro players का सामना करते हुए आगे आए हमारे top 9 players. And the names are Ravinder Dalal, Veer Kaushal, Sahil Arora, Ankit Pandey, Vikas Jetnani, Rashid Raza, Varun Malhotra, Shane Oswald Hodges, and Sagar Asrani. With that, a 21-year-old Sagar took home the winner's trophy and made a spot for himself on the leaderboard.
There is a very famous saying, you might have heard it, you don't play your cards, you play the man next to you.
अगर आप भी इस एक्साइटिंग जर्नी का हिस्सा बनना चाहते हैं, then download the app #poker and register. Join Poker Sports League Season 3 as the game gets bigger.
Welcome back, viewers. This is the final table of our special edition Sit and Go. It's the Poker Sports League Team Owners and Mentors and Pros Sit and Go edition. It's we're nearly at the 3 a.m. mark on a Thursday.
16 under to call.
Two WSOP bracelet winners on the table. That's Sushi and Nikita Luther.
16.
We also have Romit Advani,
16
one of the better known pros in the country, on the table.
16 under to
Akshay,
call.
who's part of team PSL, has also made it to the final table. And Aditya, Raj and a couple of owners make it a full table of 9.
Raise.
Romit has
6,000.
picked up Ace King on
6,000
hijack
to
and raises to 6,000.
6,000
Easy
to call.
fold for everyone. Jack 9 suited on the big blind. He could think of calling, but it's a pretty big raise. Chooses to fold. So short first hand here. No one calls. A lot of cross talking.
So Sailesh is the other new player who's just joined this final table. He's got 19 bigs. He's in a good spot. And the chip leader is Ram. He's got 55,500 in chips. Sam is still in a decent spot after being chip leader on that feature table for the closing part of play in that second session.
16 under to call.
So definitely the game's gonna get tighter now since we're on the final table, and also not too deep. I believe a lot of players have less than 20 big blinds, with Sushi's shortest with I think 5.
Yeah, he lost a big pot just before we made this final 9.
Fold. 32 under to call.
And Akshay's done pretty well to come to the final table from this field, actually, if you come to think about it, Vivek.
Absolutely, he made that great call with Ace-5 suited on Sushi's King Jack jam, and that's what kind of crippled Sushi completely.
Yeah, and Bagai just mentioned when he was in the booth briefly that Akshay started playing very, very recently. So he's absolutely new to this game, and most of the other people on this field have been there, done that. As a flop rolls out, Jack King 9.
Akshay checks.
Check a bet.
No help for both. Sushi checks.
Wait another day. This card is marked. I'm folding. We need a different deck.
Just put chips, then fold, and then it's easier. 16.
Just get us another deck.
Minimum.
Akshay bets. Sushi has folded.
Fold it. मैं नहीं डर रहा भाई.
So yeah. What card is it?
किसने किया ये कार्ड?
Sure, what's
किसने किया ये?
Sure, what's up?
I
know, we just got it, man. Don't blame us. That's what's up.
Hey, no.
Why are you mixing
Akshay picks up the pot. Some confusion on the table.
दिखा दो सही.
सब जगह है. all cards are.
Yeah, I think all cards have that.
Yeah.
Just check. I think some of the other cards also with that. Straight to. Other cards.
Someone's not been doing it right.
It's okay.
You know, these cards are old. They've been using it for so long, man.
I don't care. I'm almost out of here. You guys keep playing with it.
I thought you were hanging up for a bit.
So probably they want to change one card.
Yeah, I think Sushi picked up on something that.
I think it's the Ace of Diamonds. Probably saw
the Ace
something
of
on
Diamonds.
it.
Yeah, the Ace of Diamonds definitely. He's the shortest stack though. 2 bigs.
1600 to go.
Everybody else in the plus 15 big blind zone.
Sam has picked up Ace 10 under the gun.
4800 to
Opens with a reasonably big raise of 3 big blinds.
4800 to call.
Jaideep has picked up pocket 10s. Let's see what he chooses to do.
You've not counted.
Should definitely think of 3-betting here, but he just
4800 to
chooses to call.
4800 to call. Sir?
Everyone behind him pretty easy to get out. Sushi has put his 2 big blinds. Sushi has folded as well, not even putting his 2 big blinds in. Nikita folds as well.
Heads up.
It's heads up between Sam and JD Bhaiya.
Check a bet.
JD is way ahead with just
5200.
8 outs for 4 outs for Sam.
I want to substitute you for me.
1K, 2K.
I believe JD has let go of his pocket 10s.
Again,
Yeah, good c-bet by
Ace queen. Ace king. Me.
No chance.
2000 to call.
It's okay. I'm okay regretting it. I would rather
2000,
not decide.
2000 to call.
Lines have gone up. It's at 1,000, 2,000.
2000 to call. 2000 to call.
It's a lot of short stacks, 10, 15, 20 big blinds. Ram's the chip leader, he has 25 big blinds.
4500
So
to
should
call.
be pretty turbo from here on.
What's the ICM?
So everyone folds, Ram takes the pot. So he does have the chip leader advantage, so he can definitely raise much wider and has great fold equity with such short stacks behind him. So as you can see, 3 to 9, everyone's less than 20 big blinds. And even the top 2 in fact are like just 25 and 30. So not a very deep game going forward.
Sir, 2000 to call.
A lot of back chatter from behind the tables.
Can you show that we've paid the money and taken the money back? 2000 to
Robert
call.
folds. JD Bhaiya has picked up Ace Queen with 10 big blinds. He can kind of go all in. See what's he thinking, if he just chooses to raise or go all in.
exactly.
It's
impossible only.
The biggest online crushes of the world are wrapped their head around how you beating it. You can be the best in the world, but you
Still
can't beat
thinking.
I completely agree. You cannot. In the long run, you cannot beat it.
It's like it's
To me, no, we've consulted the top CAs and lawyers of the country.
Who has the
We have done all these things.
Fold.
5K.
Why would he do that?
5,000 to call.
Why would he do that?
It's interesting because the player to his immediate left has picked up ace king off.
Did he like know before he folded?
Yeah, probably.
That's very interesting. With 10 big blinds, he folded ace queen. That's as tight as it probably gets. Unless he had some read.
5, so 3,000 more.
Nikita makes a disciplined fold. She lets go of fours.
Akshay with king 4 on the big blind should be an easy fold. But he doesn't look too sure and also a bit groggy. Needs to take some good calls here. Making a dizzy call with king 4 on the big blind.
Check a bet.
No help
Check a bet.
on the flop. In fact, it's quite a wet flop with
Rolling.
And
Aditya's king.
He's gone all in.
Of hearts. Definitely no reason for Akshay to call here. Makes that easy fold.
Kings or aces?
Show.
We want to see.
I folded it's on the stream anyway.
I folded ace queen off from here.
Ace queen off, yeah.
Because he opened, he acted before me.
Yeah.
But I had the ace of hearts.
So that's why probably JD Bhaiya folded because Aditya had acted before him, is what he said. No wonder, because definitely ace queen with 10 big blinds was not a fold from there, but yeah, he probably heard or saw something that made him do that before the flop.
In-game awareness, that's what it's about.
Absolutely. That's quite interesting and a lot to learn.
Yeah, great play there actually.
Ram, the chip leader, has picked pocket king.
5,000 to call.
Sushi's gone all in with 5-6
suited because he thinks the chip leader is pretty much raising everything, but pretty easy fold for everyone. Romit with 4-5 suited, maybe just thinking of making that call, and he does. No, he doesn't. He lets it go.
Sushi, ऐसे बंद मत कर. You have the correct card. Yeah, you stand up, sometimes you hit it.
Right, 9-5-8, okay.
A lot of outs for Sushi.
Ooh, and ace of spades, so more outs. Unfortunately, the river is a king of diamonds, which means Ram will take down the pot and in the process eliminate Aditya Sushant. He's going to be the first player to bust out of this final 9. He's out in 9th place. Ram is going to extend his chip lead.
And we are now down to the final 8. So now who is the shortest stack on the table? What do you think?
That's an interesting question.
There we go.
Romit, and he's only just the shortest stack because JD Bhaiya has got 11 bigs, one more than Romit. Akshay with 14, 15, 17, a lot of different stacks there, really close by, not separated by much. Like you said, chip leader's also not that far away from the rest of the field. So anyone's game, Vivek?
2,000
Absolutely, we have ranked 3 to
2,000 to call.
8 pretty much between 19 to 10 big blinds. So that's going to be a competitive
6,000
game
6,000 to call.
right away. And the chip leader also folding ace-9, so not raising anything and everything. So Ram's playing it cool and tight, picking up the right spots instead of raising wide. JD Bhaiya with Queen 10, thinking of making that call.
1-1, yes, it is good.
Makes the call.
Heads up.
And he has hit a 3 of a kind on the flop.
Bad fold. Keep Manchester down for too long.
Will Sam choose to
Check.
c-bet such a... No, both
Check a
check.
bet.
Bad
Check.
card for Sam. May choose to bet here.
6,000.
JD Bhaiya acting it out well. Shouldn't be raising here.
It's already been 78 minutes.
Yes, good.
Maybe just make the call, but he's out of position.
Call.
So he'll have to check the turn, the river as well.
Check a bet.
Let us see what he does.
All in.
JD Bhaiya chooses to go all in. Good spot, but 1/3 the pot.
95.
Not too bad a position for Sam to call.
Call.
He makes the call and will see JD Bhaiya's 10.
Not another 10 because I had 10. 10-5 in the fold, right?
Bad hand for
Even though the flop is going to come 10-10 something.
Sam here. Couldn't have folded easily.
What are you talking with? You're free flow. It depends if you know what the flop is going to come. Like he knew, right? Just be safe.
Right. So after that pot, JD Bhaiya will go into second place. Chip leader is still Ram. Shortest stack is still Romit, I believe.
So quick shuffles between the second and 8th position because everyone's very similarly stacked. So one hand
2,000 to call.
plus minus
Total
they change
4,000.
positions.
Yep.
4,000.
Ram comfortably ahead at the moment, but it's just a matter of a hand or two. Anybody can kind of take the lead from here on.
2,000 to call. 2,000 to call. All in.
Romit has put it on, and JD Bhaiya has picked up pocket queens and small blind. He'll definitely call Romit's all in. Still thinking. Don't know what he's thinking. He'll most definitely have to make that call.
All in. Sir? Shut up.
Really unfortunate position for Romit there. Ace-6 off, great hand to get in the stack from the button. It's unfortunate when you run into the small blind with queens. So flop rolls out 10, Jack 7. No help for Romit on that board.
So just the 3 aces can help him. And nope, not every time does an ace come on the board.
And like that, JD Bhaiya would have, I believe, taken over the chip lead, and we lose another player, Romit Advani, the latest to get eliminated. We're down to 6 players.
We now actually have only one of
Line
the
15, 25.
pros left on the table, that's Nikita Luther.
Right.
4 owners, and Akshay has actually made it to the top
7.
7.
Beg your pardon, not 6, my
Oh,
bad.
sorry, 7, yeah.
Yeah, I said 6, that's my bad. 7 players, yeah. And very interestingly pointed out by you, Vivek, only 1 pro.
So yeah, we should see some good poker action now.
Yeah, it's gonna
considering
be.
players are probably all evenly matched, or maybe that's just an assumption that we'll get to see panning out in the next half an hour or so. Akshay is happy to have reached the 7th position itself.
I will be nice.
JD Bhaiya has folded. Aditya with Queen 3 suited chooses to raise. Oh, just call from small blind. Ram is checked and hits a 7 top pair on the flop.
Minimum bet 25. 2500 to call.
All the introductions I did of 20 people, I gave you the most amount of
call.
No, you forgot about my bracelet.
Easy call for Ram.
She'll never forget that
Check back.
Another 2 on the turn. Let's see if Aditya continues his betting. Ram once again just calls with 7-5. He doesn't have a great kicker, so not taking any chances.
And the river rolls out a 4 of diamonds. There's 2 4s and 2 2s there. Would have been quite a nice card for Aditya to actually bluff at, but he decides against it. And Ram will take it down at showdown. So he's going to take over the chip lead yet again after he takes down that pot. Ram and JD Bhaiya with pretty much similar stacks. Aditya will lose some chips though.
Guys, what are you doing? Behave yourself. Behave yourself. Where are you going? Where are you going? Nobody's leaving.
So some fighting across the table.
No.
I'm the boss.
He will never talk to you again.
I'm here for company. I'm the boss. I make my own rules.
I'll never talk to you again.
2500 to call. 2500 to call. 2500. 2500 to call.
So JD Bhaiya has ace 10 suited on cutoff.
6000.
Red card.
Sir, 6000. 6000 to call.
Bye, brother.
Everyone sit over here. Sit over here. Don't give me anxiety now.
Have you put on the mic?
Yep.
He's just
Right, so Bagai making a brief appearance just to check courtside, get a courtside, ringside view. So 7 players remain. 60,000 up top. 3
it's
places.
definitely a pool to fight for.
Yep. 60,000, 25,000 and 10,000.
25.
3 places being paid.
That's getting much tighter, but Akshay seems to
Call. 2500
be
to
limping
call.
once again with Jack 2 off.
25,000 more.
Sailesh
Awesome.
with 3s on the small blind would make the call, and Nikita on the big blind.
All in.
And she's
puts
gone all in.
her
30,000 something.
So Akshay can definitely not call from here unless he's planning to gamble.
No.
Oh, you're showing me also. I can't actually see. It's not leaving.
So Akshay is thinking, I don't know why, just probably creating an atmosphere. Can definitely not call with Jack 2 here.
Yeah, 29.
Shailesh though
She doesn't bluff here.
I have a bluff. I will show one
Doesn't bluff
card.
as well, yeah.
Fold.
should be easy for Shailesh to get out too, unless he knows that Nikita is probably bluffing. Still only marginally ahead, and it would be a flip for Shailesh. Not an easy spot to be in for sure. He's thinking hard. And he does make the call. Marginally ahead. Let us see. So Nikita is covering Shailesh though, but
I told you it's a bad call, man.
4 on the flop. Nikita is ahead.
Oh. Wait.
And there we go. She makes a boat. And Shailesh will be the next player to be eliminated from this final 9. It's now down to 6 players. Nikita Luta will take down a massive pot. So now 3 players with similar stacks. Ram, JD Bhaiya and Nikita Luta. And 3 other players. Sam, Akshay and Aditya, I believe, at the bottom 3.
Right. Nikita, has she taken the chip lead already?
I think it's still with JD. Yeah, it's just still with JD. So Ram and JD very close by. Nikita not far off. 10 bigs or lesser for the bottom 3.
Right. So top 3 have now more than 25 big blinds, and the bottom 3 less than 10.
2500 to call.
So
All in.
Let's see. We heard an all in, and that's Aditya putting all his chips in with 4s. Everyone around folds, and Aditya will pick up this small pot. So definitely things should be getting tighter here. The 10 big blinds don't have an option but to jam.
Yep.
But the 3 big stacks are the ones who would play each other carefully before the others bust. We also have to remember that there are 3 places paid.
25.
So still anybody's game from here.
2500 to call.
JD here, easy fold. Jack 7 suited. Is Aditya thinking of raising? All suited cards
2500 to call.
Aditya has raised so far.
2500 to call.
Easy for the others to get out of the way.
Guys, this final table got really quiet.
Sam's calling
Check.
Have a drink. Can I order you a drink?
Queen 3 off, and Akshay with just 10 big
5K on
blinds
top.
makes the call.
5K sir, on top.
He could have made. Oh, that's a good raise actually.
Call.
And they're making that call with Jack 7 suited. Should be easy for Sam to get out. He
Heads
does.
up.
Heads up. Akshay and Aditya. It's a king to 5
Check
on
or
the
bet.
flop.
All in.
No help for either. Akshay chooses to go all in. Should be an easy fold for Aditya. And it is.
Yeah, it is, and I like the way he led out pre-flop when he came in with a raise, and it just went for the jam. We saw the king on that board, on that king XX board. Ace high usually good, and he got his chips in. So Akshay has been holding fort for a player who's just started a couple of months back, started to play this game. He's been doing a good job, and like you mentioned, only 1 pro left in it.
I can take advice.
What is it? Chocolate chip dumpling?
3000 to call.
जा रहे हो?
This time
3000 to
Aditya
call.
chooses to fold his
3000
suited
to
cards.
call.
Nikita looking to open with ace 4 suited. And
Raise.
she does. She
6000.
raises to
6000 to call.
6,000.
All in.
That's pretty small raise. Small.
Sure.
Sam goes all in with his 7 big blinds.
What do you have?
Should be an easy fold for Akshay with Queen Jack, but he's thinking. He also has to remember that Nikita has raised from the cutoff.
What's the thing? What did you raise?
6.
Should be in
Sorry?
Call.
Give the card.
Has he made the call?
pulled a monster.
He has made the call.
He has made the call with Queen Jack.
I think it would make it easier for Nikita to get out of this right now. After Akshay has made that call. But that being said, both of them are short stacks, so there we go. She shows the ace, makes
And
the
fold.
So coin flip. Akshay is Jack Queen off up against Sam's Ace 7 of diamonds. Ace 7 marginally ahead. Marginally.
You have Queen Jack.
No, I'm Ace 7.
All Queen Jack.
9, 10, 10 is
Open
the
ender
board.
for Akshay. But he doesn't get there.
Right.
Both threes on the river and the turn. Bad call, I would say.
Yeah, he loses quite a big chunk of his stack. He was in a good spot after he took down that pot just a few moments back, but now he bled out. Sam is now in a great spot after that double up.
Right, Sam has now pretty much close to 20 big blinds.
I'm on the last longer, guys. I'm on the last longer. The mentor last longer.
Nikita is also down to 18 big blinds now. The bottom 4 less than 20. Aditya is the shortest stack with 6 big blinds.
3,000 to call.
Nikita has once again picked up pocket 4s, this time in a good position to raise. Should be thinking, chooses to
3,000 to
fold.
call.
We can't see Akshay's cards. Akshay calls with 6 big blinds. That's not the best of plays that we've seen. He should have either jammed or folded.
Ooh, and pocket kings for Aditya from the big blind.
10,000 on top. 10,000 more, sir. All in.
Akshay's gone all in.
Should be an easy call for Aditya. Let's see what Akshay has. We can't see his cards. What do you think?
I think it's not aces.
78 more.
But with 6 big blind he was limping, he may just have at
70
least some strong cards.
Yeah, he
I
will
hope.
have a strong hand, but I just don't think it's aces. Yeah, I have a feeling it's a
78,
strong hand.
7,800 on top.
On top.
Yeah.
7,800 more. Call.
So Aditya makes that easy call. Akshay has pocket 10s.
Yeah, pocket 10s.
Only a 10 can probably save him. Both have the same suits as well. So, not much of a difference there. No help on the flop for Akshay. Just waiting for his 10s. No help there. Akshay is eliminated. So we're down to the final 6.
Final 5 maybe?
5 actually.
Yeah, 5. Nikita just left her seat, but she's still in it. And Aditya is now close to the 50,000 chip mark. It's going to be interesting to see how these final 5 played out.
The game getting closer.
Yeah, it's very close right now. The stack size is getting more even. 14 bigs, the shortest stack. And the biggest stack is about 24 bigs, 25 bigs almost.
So definitely we are deeper than we were about half an hour back.
That's true.
So
that's true.
Let us see how
3,000 to call.
tight or aggressive these players get here on. Nikita could have an edge here considering
6,000 raise.
she's been in these situations probably more times than these guys. Sam picks up pocket jacks on the cutoff. Should definitely be 3 betting. The amount
18,000
would be
re-raise.
important.
Sir, 18,000 to call.
3 bets to 18,000. The standard 3x raise. Nikita folds. Good fold. Didn't try too many tricks with her ace 2 suited. Although not the worst cards to maybe call with, but not at this stage of the game with 18 big blinds.
Right, and just like that, Sam
Bet.
has overtaken her right in terms of stack sizes.
So yeah, the last three, like literally the blinds them itself is going to make a difference. Whoever is the big blind is going to go down
3,000 to call.
rank unless they are a part of the pot.
3,000 to
So
call.
yeah, JD Bhaiya with pocket threes on cutoff should definitely raise.
Raise
Raises to
7,500.
about
7,500 to call.
2.5x the pot.
4.5 more.
Easy folds for everyone. Queen 4 suited. Nikita's thinking from big blind. Not bad cards to call for sure. Suited queen. Makes the call.
Heads up. Check a bet.
2, 5, 10 on the flop. No help for either parties. JD is still ahead with his pocket threes. Still
45.
leads out with a 4.5 thousand bet. Easy foldings for Nikita here. So JD we are playing tight and crisp here. Comfortably ahead. But there's not much of a stack difference as we can see. Even if the bottom stack doubles up,
yep,
pretty much comes on the top.
Yeah,
so
it's pretty
it
much
is
a chip leader.
literally anybody's game from here.
So 3,000 to
So
call.
definitely some tight
Call.
action.
3,000 to call.
Easy
1,500 more.
folds all around.
Options, sir.
Easy folds. 8-10 off on the big blind.
Check. Heads
Chooses
up.
to check since Aditya just called. Oh,
Check
hits
a
a
bet.
2-pair on the flop.
Check. Check.
Both players
Check a
check.
bet.
That's a good check from Aditya with a gut shot.
9-5.
Sam
6,000.
leading the
6,000
turn.
to call.
Aditya may make that call, waiting for his gutty. And he does.
Check a bet.
He does not get lucky on the river. Sam will definitely go ahead and see bet.
10,000.
Aditya cannot make this call with queen high. Easy fold. And Sam takes that pot with his 2 pairs, which of course we didn't go to showdown. So yeah, now we can see some good poker happening. Players not playing random hands. Only the big blind maybe calling with somewhat loose hands. All the others are pretty much playing it tight. Aditya picks up ace jack under the gun. Should definitely think of raising.
4,000 to call. How much, sir?
10,000.
10,000 raise. 10,000
Raises
to
to
call.
10,000. Easy foldings for everyone around. JD Bhaiya with queen 8 off on the big blind. Thinking whether he can make this call. Or maybe think of, no, he just makes the call probably. Yes, he does.
Heads up. Check a bet.
Gut shot for JD Bhaiya and Aditya has hit his top pair.
All in.
He puts all his stack in. Easy fold for JD Bhaiya. And Aditya picks up the call. So steady moving up the ladder for Aditya here.
Right.
He's now up to 55,000, which is, I guess, about 25 big blinds. So yeah, the game's getting closer. As you can see, the gap between the pots reducing. the top three now have pretty much the same stack. Nikita, who was leading at like just 10 minutes back, is now the shortest stack on the table. So still anybody's game from here.
8,000.
The blind levels going up should make a difference. Otherwise, everyone's playing pretty tight.
4,000 to call.
Sam's picked up ace-8 suited. Can make the raise from the button.
Raise.
And he
12,000.
does. No point limping. JD and Aditya
So 8,000 no.
on the big blind with king 7. Easy fold for JD Bhaiya. Thinking whether he should be calling with king 7 there. He has just picked up a big pot in the last hand, so
Heads up.
does take that risk.
Check a bet.
And hit his 7 on the flop, that too the top pair. Such is the game. Chooses to go all in. Not an easy call for Sam for sure. Even with 2 overcards, I don't think he can call that jam. Will have to lay down his cards. So great play by Aditya. He's being really aggressive on the flop if he hits his cards. He's been lucky so far. No one's picked up bigger pockets than the board yet.
Hey, nothing in it with the chip cons. You wait, like you called it. If the short stack gets a double up,
they become the big stack.
The big stack, yeah.
So yeah, anybody's game here.
4,000 to call.
Nikita is the shortest with 10 big blinds. Picks Jack 9 suited under the gun. She either jams or folds. There's nothing in the middle.
I thought you folded. Sorry. Oh, I didn't know. Oh, you had to put the cards there, right?
Yeah, I put the card here.
Sorry. I thought you folded.
Sam has picked up a monster. Ace
12,000.
king suited. On cutoff, raises Aditya with ace 10 on the small
10,000
blind. Not the best spot for him. Let's see what he chooses to do.
10,000 more. Yeah, 10,000.
Going all in here would be a bad spot, and he has anyway too many big blinds to actually do that. Ram 2 picking up a decent hand. Ace 4 suited on the big blind. Can definitely choose to make that call, but we already have 3 aces out with the 3 players. Ram's maybe even thinking of 3 betting. May get into a spot with Sam. And we must remember he's no more the chip leader as well, being pretty passive, thinking of showing some aggression with this hand. Yeah, but that's a good thought. There's actually no point calling. He should either fold or raise, but calling is not too bad either. So that's how the game is. All of these options are fair chances to take. So we are as indecisive as Ram. Just chooses to make the call, does not go ahead and 3-bet.
3-way.
Let's see how that decision pans out.
Check or bet.
Seems reasonable so far. He has picked up a flush draw. No help for Sam. Aditya once again has hit his 10. That's some aggressive poker. Chooses to go all in. And Aditya has... Sorry. And Ram is actually making the call with his flush draw.
Okay, Ram, show the queen.
So Aditya definitely ahead, 60-40.
Clubs or queen?
Not the best of calls, but at this stage of the game, it is anybody's game as we discussed. No help on the river, so Ram gets eliminated. Aditya doubles up. Some great play by Aditya in the last 4 or 5 hands. He's pretty much shoved all the flops and has also been reasonably lucky. So he's definitely now our big chip leader with almost 150,000 stack. That's pretty much 2.5x the next big stack. So huge lead for Aditya here. He's definitely the favorite. But like we discussed, all the players have pretty much the same stacks. So
56.
still anybody's game, but yeah, Aditya does have a big advantage now.
Right, so the ace 10 off, holding yet again. This time though, Ram's hand was dominated. I believe he's out of chips. That's what our stats tell us.
Yeah.
I'm feeling he's out of chips. There we go. Confirmation. He's going to leave his seat now. So Ram will be eliminated and we are down to 4 players. Vivek, Aditya R was chip leader for some time in that first session of play, is back to being the chip leader when we're down to 4 players.
So this is pretty much the bubble.
Yep, this is the Stone Cold bubble.
Next player getting out does not get any money, but the third place is paid with 10,000, the second 25,000, and the first not such a bad amount of 60,000. Although this is a friendly game, but we still have some great prizes and definitely now enough to fight for amongst these 4 to get the top 3 spots. Aditya has a big chip lead, but we still cannot say anything.
One blind small dead.
This shouldn't go on for too long, it seems, since the last 3 stacks are less than 15 big blinds. But yeah, depends on how passively or aggressively do they choose to play.
4,000 to call. Your first reactor.
So some players heading out. JD Bhaiya with A3 off on the cutoff should definitely be folding at this stage of the game.
11,000.
That's a good spot to bluff raise according to him. Easy foldings for the others. Nikita with 6-7 off on the big blind. Can she make this big call? Not so easy. Chooses to fold. So good raise there by JD Bhaiya, in fact, with 8-3 off. I couldn't have personally done that, to be honest. So great decision there by JD Bhaiya. He kind of now understands that everyone's been pretty tight, so he can choose to raise big early if he decides to do so. And yeah, it pays off. As you can see, just that small action has given him a little bit of an edge over the others. He's up to 71k now.
Yeah.
Slow and steady. JD Bhaiya once again Jack 10 off under the gun.
25-5.
So she's small blind.
Thinking, can he repeat
25 more.
the same action he did last time? Once again chooses to raise. Since he's raising back to back, shows even more strength. Easy for Aditya to get out. Nikita has put all her chips in. We can't see her cards. And Sam's picked up ace king on big blind. Should be making that call with ace king off. Should be a simple call for him, and he does make that call. Significantly ahead of Nikita's king queen, but you never know. And that's a queen on the flop.
Just
so
like
Nikita's
that.
been super lucky, and it's a ace on the river.
Right, so we lose the only pro in the field. Nikita Luther busts out on the Stone Cold bubble. She's going to be eliminated in 4th place. And 3 players remain. It's JD Bhaiya, Sam, who's in seat 1, and Aditya, who's in seat 5, I believe.
So now we're suddenly in the money, if you've noticed. So at least one of the players at least takes away 10,000. So now tough game between the top 3 spots.
Right.
And it's also become pretty close now because Aditya is way ahead, but the other two are pretty much 70,000 and 80,000, and even against Aditya, like one all in, and it is anybody's game.
Right. Absolutely.
So how many big blinds do they have now? 5,000 to call. So about 16 big blinds with the 15 big blinds, the shortest stack.
Yeah, 25.
Sam with Queen 6 suited on small blind.
12.5.
Chooses to raise. Easy fold for JD Bhaiya with 5-3 off. So now we're going to see some short hands unless at least 2 players get a decent hand. Game should move much faster with only 3 players remaining on the table.
Dirty.
So here are the chip counts. Actually, they are not at 70 and 80, but rather 90 and 50. So JD Bhaiya with 10 big blinds is the shortest stack.
Dirty.
So he hasn't got much choice but to rather just put all his chips in or fold. So we should see some
25 more.
quick action from him, and it's just 3-handed. So he would have a lot of position spots to do
Dirty.
that actually.
Where's the Roman?
And he chooses to fold.
Keep blacks aside now. I think the blacks pocket. You're not much used to. You only slow down the game.
It takes too much time.
It takes slow down the game.
5K. 5 now.
Small blinds and big blinds are 2,500 and 5,000 respectively.
You are big blind, sir. $25 more.
JD Bhaiya folds, Aditya with knight 7 off folds. So pretty short hands, big blinds taking away the pots. We aren't going to see some action unless at least 2 players get a decent hand.
$10. 5 to call.
Big blind, right?
Yeah.
Sam will do 7 folds once again. Big blind gets the pot. So yeah, no action for a while. I have a feeling that probably they'll all go all in on the same hand, considering the way things are going.
Do you have a pick as to who's going to win it out of these 3?
I still have a feeling JD Bhaiya is going to make a comeback.
Yeah, I actually have that same feeling. I have a feeling he might win this.
So you never know, but yeah, right now definitely Aditya is way ahead and a favorite.
Raise.
But yeah.
10,000 on top, sir. Raise.
Aditya
All in.
And he's gone all in.
on big blind.
Ooh. A great move by Aditya. And Sam makes the right fold. Great play by Aditya from the big blind there.
He's using the chip leader advantage now,
Yeah.
picking up small raises quickly. JD Bhaiya with 10-4 suited will mostly fold. Decides to
2,500 more.
everyone folds.
$5,000 to call.
Aditya on the
25
button
more.
is on the gun. Folds. Sam with ace-5 on the small blind will definitely raise. JD Bhaiya, does he have a better hand to go all in? No, he doesn't. Folds once again. A really short hand. No action really. JD Bhaiya is pretty much down to 7 big blinds now. There we go. So he would have to take some action quickly.
Raise 20,000. 20,000 to
Sam
go.
once again raising under the gun from the button with 20,000. JD Bhaiya has 7 big blinds. Not a bad spot where he can put all his chips in, but that's a big raise, so he chooses to fold.
15,000 more.
Aditya too has picked up
All in.
ace-7. He jams on Sam. Sam calls with his pocket tens. Could be a turnaround of sorts here if Sam wins this pot, which he is a big favorite on. Just 2 outs for 1 out for Aditya. And he doesn't make it. So a huge stack for Sam. He's doubled up and moved on to 190,000 almost. Aditya's come down to 70. So JD Bhaiya and Aditya are now way behind Sam. But like we discussed, it is still anybody's game because one hand double up makes all the difference.
Yeah, 88,700.
Dealer busy counting the chips since it was a big all-in hand. Matching up the chips. It's a huge pot there for Sam.
Yeah, with that, I'm pretty sure he's taken over the chip lead. Aditya was chip leader just before that hand. Has lost a huge chunk of his stack. It's down to 69,000 in chips. JD Bhaiya, though, will still be the shortest stack. He's got 7 bigs. He's going to be in a push forward spot. He's going to get it in very, very soon, I believe. And Vivek, like you called it, we might see a hand where all 3 players get their chips in.
Definitely a good spot for JD Bhaiya. Puts his ace-7 all in. Easy fold for Aditya. Sam cannot call with ace-6 off. Although he's thinking less than 7 big blinds. Would he like to eliminate him? No, he chooses to fold.
The right decision has been made by our chip leader. He'd probably be taking a little less riskier spots right now, considering he's got such a big chip lead, will Sam.
Yeah, sure, and definitely depends on how long does he want to stretch this table. Sometimes, like when you have such a big chip lead, like you just call with any 2 cards.
6,000
But
to
that's great that Sam is still choosing to play tight and not calling very, very wide. Like you rightly said, that no point taking risks when you have such a big chip lead. So yeah, no decisions are for 100% sure in poker, but yeah, that's what you got to learn how to maximize over a period of time.
Heads up.
Sam with queen 7 off. JD check. Sam has hit the queen on the flop.
10,000.
Will definitely see bet. JD cannot call here. Hasn't. Oh, although he did have a 2 pair, but JD here is playing really, really tight. Not even choosing to put his money in when he's flopped a pair, although the smallest. So as we can see, the stacks are in direct proportion to the aggression frequency. So yeah, I mean, not the best game to describe it, but yeah, the more aggressive you are, sometimes does pay off to be aggressive in poker. Great hand for JD Bhaiya. Aditya calls with ace-3 off. Ooh, that's 3 nines on the flop. No help yet. JD Bhaiya doubles up. So
30, 32.
now our
34.
chip leader 5 minutes, 7 minutes back is the
the
shortest
shortest stack. Yeah, and
with hardly 4 big blinds. So he's pretty much all in the next hand itself.
right. And what plans for breakfast, Vivek? Any plans of catching the sunrise?
I'm not too sure. I'll want to head home as soon as this gets done.
Are you more of a sunrise kind of guy or a sunset kind of guy?
Yes, I'm more of a morning person. But yeah, this was a special edition tournament, so don't mind being up so late at all.
Right.
Happens once in a blue moon.
Right.
So yeah, it's totally fine. But yeah, definitely everyone's had a long day. I'm the last person complaining.
Yeah. These guys have still got their wits about them. They're making right decisions still consistently at the table. JD Bhaiya just getting that double up a couple of moments back. And,
yes, and our favorite, we've put our money on JD Bhaiya.
Yeah,
despite of him being on 10 big lines.
Yeah, Sam has played super solid though.
Aditya has put all his chips in without pretty much seeing. Oh, and Sam has picked up pocket kings.
Pocket kings means we might be down to heads up play after this particular hand.
Not a difficult call at all.
Yeah, it's
he was pretty much calling any 2 cards, but he's picked up pocket.
Hang on a sec, there are 2 clubs on that board, which makes it really interesting. And a club on the
third,
turn.
And the fourth.
And the 4th club means Aditya will go out in 3rd. And we're down to heads up play between Sam and JD Bhaiya. So before we start heads up play, we're going to take a short break while they rearrange all the tables and the stacks. See you guys after this break.
एक सिंगल प्लेयर स्पोर्ट्स से अ टूर्नामेंट ऑफ टीम्स पोकर स्पोर्ट्स लीग हैज क्रिएटेड अ प्लेटफॉर्म जहां दुनिया भर से प्लेयर्स आए एंड बिकेम नॉट जस्ट टीम्स बट अ कम्युनिटी द जर्नी हैज बीन enormous. पोकर स्पोर्ट्स लीग इज बैक विद इट्स सीजन 3. अगर आपको इस एक्साइटिंग जर्नी का हिस्सा बनना है तो डाउनलोड द ऐप #poker एंड रजिस्टर योरसेल्व्स. क्योंकि हम आ रहे हैं आपके शहर मुंबई में on 29th of February and 1st of March 2020 with our on-ground qualifiers at Andheri West. The gates open at 11:30 AM. So join the Poker Sports League Season 3 as the game gets bigger.
दो सक्सेसफुल सीजन के बाद PSL इज बैक विद सीजन 3 और इस 3rd सीजन क्वालिफायर की शुरुआत हुई दिल वालों के शहर दिल्ली में. डे 1 में दिल्ली के कोने कोने से 130 प्लेयर्स पहुंचे इस क्वालिफाइंग ग्राउंड में पार्ट लेने के लिए. and they stood their ground for the longest time possible. और इतने सारे लोगों में उभर के आए 9 टॉप प्लेयर्स. उनके नाम हैं सिद सेन, अखंड नारायण शुक्ला, जितेंद्र जुनेजा, शुभांकर मिगलानी, आशीष कौशिक, हिमांशु चिकारा, कार्तिक अरोरा, सचिन शर्मा, and Siddhant Mukhija. Well, no points for guessing. इससे सिद्धांत मुखीजा लीडर बोर्ड में ऑलरेडी एक बेनिफिशियल पोजीशन में पहुंच चुके हैं. Watch this space for more updates on Poker Sports League. Download #PokerApp to be a part of Poker Sports League Season 3. The game gets bigger.
Wishing you all the best. Good luck. Let's shuffle up and leave.
The tables are on, the fells are heated up, and the players are roaring to go. Well, it's time now to kick off the 25 lakh guarantee tournament. So all the best to all the players in the field. Day one of the Baazi Poker Tour started with a bang. Well, it saw 286 entries to the 25 lakh guaranteed kickoff tournament. Now only 13 players have survived till day 2. Now they would want to crush each other to take the trophy as well as the big prize money home. Who would it be? We'll have to wait and find out, but all I can tell you is day 2 looks very promising. And now it's all boiled down to the final table, who will be battling it out for the first prize, which is 6,18,000. Well, the winner is Ashish Ahuja. That's the end to the kickoff event, but the games have just begun, so go ahead and enjoy all of it.
दिल्ली में पोकर स्पोर्ट्स लीग सीजन 3 के ग्राउंड क्वालिफायर्स का डे 2 भी रहा फुल ऑफ एक्साइटमेंट, थ्रिल एंड एक्शन. एक 113 प्लेयर्स पहुंचे अपने अपने स्किल्स को टेस्ट करने, एंड एज अ रिजल्ट वी सॉ सम अग्रेसिव मूव्स ऑन द टेबल. और जो प्लेयर्स बने डे 2 के टॉप 9 प्लेयर्स, वो हैं पंकज भारद्वाज, अभिषेक ग्रोवर, दीपांश गुप्ता, निखिल सानी, आलोक दोडावकर, सोनल दत्ता, संदीप ठकराल, अमित खन्ना एंड अपर्तिम चैटर्जी. जिससे लीडर बोर्ड में अपनी एफिशिएंसी से आगे बढ़े अपर्तिम चैटर्जी. Keep watching the space for more updates on Poker Sports League. Download the app #Poker to be a part of Poker Sports League Season 3. The game gets bigger.
एक सिंगल प्लेयर स्पोर्ट्स से a tournament of teams. Poker Sports League has created a platform जहां दुनिया भर से players आए and became not just teams, but a community. The journey has been enormous. Poker Sports League is back with its Season 3. अगर आपको इस एक्साइटिंग जर्नी का हिस्सा बनना है तो डाउनलोड द ऐप #Poker and register yourselves. क्योंकि हम आ रहे हैं आपके शहर मुंबई में on 29th of February and 1st of March 2020 with our on-ground qualifiers at Andheri West. The gates open at 11:30 AM. So join the Poker Sports League Season 3 as the game gets bigger.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, approaching sunrise, we are down to heads up between Sam, who's been playing super solid, the left of your screen, and another player who's been keeping it absolutely rock solid, JD Bhaiya on the right of your screen. JD Bhaiya was short stacked for a while there, and then he made a comeback to make this heads up battle. We kick it off with Sam picking up pocket threes.
All in.
Goes all in. Difficult for JD Bhaiya to call with 9-7 suited. So yeah, should be a quick heads up match here. 3-1 chip lead with Sam.
Right, yeah. So JD Bhaiya enters this heads up battle really short stacked. So the hands he's picked up right off the bat, 7-9 and 8-5, not pretty much very jammable. So he's going to limp in. Sam gives him an option to look at a flop for cheap. Checks behind. 7-ace queen.
Here go. Check. 6,000.
I have a feeling JD just bet and took that down. Indeed, we are taking it down on the flop. Next round of on-ground qualifiers for PSL Season 3 will be held in Mumbai on 29th Feb and 1st March. That's for your information, viewers. You can register yourself on that qualifier by downloading the #Poker app. And it's as simple as that. You could be part of the PSL Season 3.
3 on top.
Sam with King 3 suited on the button.
Raise.
He raises to 6,000. JD Bhaiya with 5-3 off cannot make that call. So we have pretty much 15 big blinds, I believe, or less than 15 probably. With JD Bhaiya close to 10, 11 big blinds. So pretty much a jamming situation for him.
And he's
5-3 suited.
Yeah, he's not picked up hands with which he can do that, at least up until now. He's going to limp in. King Jack off is and a super strong hand in heads up play.
How much?
So he's trying to extract some value with that hand and he bumps it up. Unfortunately, he's not going to get any value for that.
JD Bhaiya has to fold. No point limping there. He either puts it all in or calls. So almost 4-1 chip lead now with Sam. Shouldn't be too difficult for him from here, but only one all-in is going to make all the difference because they're going to be pretty much at the same stack post one flip.
Exactly. If JD Bhaiya can actually get one of his all-ins to get him a double up, then again we're back in it and it's going to be difficult to pick a winner. Still picking JD?
Not this time.
Not this time, okay, fair. I think he's still got one double up left in him.
Yeah, and that would
make it super interesting, right?
Yes, for sure. That will definitely make the game more interesting, but we'll go into VRs in the morning for sure.
Yeah, then we'll actually see viewers will get a chance to figure out that both of us are
JD Bhaiya goes
sunrise
all
people.
in with King 9 off. Sam's thinking, folds his 10-7 suited.
Both these players seen quite a bit of poker though in their times. They've been involved in poker tournaments, been involved with a lot of pros on a long-term basis. So they definitely know a thing or two about poker, and that's the reason why they made this heads-up battle.
I'm sure, like the way they've played, like with a few of the top pros, got them out and still battling it out there heads up at 4:30 a.m. in the morning. They definitely know their poker. And JD Bhaiya goes all in with King 9 off. Sam will have to fold here. Bad raise for him. So as you can see now, the stacks are not too far apart.
Right.
JD Bhaiya closing in the gap. A big raise from Sam there, on which JD Bhaiya kind of jammed, which takes him to
I'm 6 now.
106,000. That's 17 big blinds, not bad at all. So from 7 big blinds, JD Bhaiya is up to 17 with picking up pocket eights. Could this be the hand that changes his fortunes? He'll definitely jam it all in, or will he choose to raise?
All in.
He chooses to go all in. Sam with Jack 10 suited. He makes the call.
It's an exact coin flip away. Which way you think this is going?
This is an absolute flip.
Hard to pick, and great flop for Sam. He flopped an open ender.
Under with 2 overcards. No help. Lot of outs for Sam as well, but he does not make it. So a huge double up for JD Bhaiya. He's now the big stack with almost a 3:1 or 3:1 chip lead.
Absolutely. And there we go, the double up coming for JD Bhaiya. Still poised to take down this 60k price for up top.
So rock solid.
Pretty much nothing else could have been done if you were Sam 2 in that spot, right? When you're looking down at Jack 10 of clubs. It's some would say it's marginal, but
yeah, but with that kind of a chip lead heads up, I mean, not the worst of calls.
Absolutely, and it's for the Tony right there. And
yeah, in fact, for Jack 10 suited, they say like even if you're playing it against aces, you still have the highest equity as compared to any other cards against aces. So not the worst of calls for sure. Could have just all ended here, but yeah, we have some more action to go before we can actually pick a winner.
You have roughly? About 100?
So exact amount of cumulative winnings for
70.
both of these players. So very difficult to
Blinds are?
say. Less than 10 big blinds with Sam.
4 more. Serves one.
Just matches the bet with.
Check.
Can't see Sam's cards. Jade ace 9 off. Could have jammed easily. He just chooses to call. No help for either players.
8,000.
Good lead bet here by JD Bhaiya, and Sam has to fold. He could have easily jammed with ace 9 with 10 big blinds on that spot.
And you know the
I don't know why did he just call.
interesting thing was when Sam actually limped, JD could have jammed too with Queen 7 of clubs. So it was good that he actually checked back and then led out on that board to get Sam's hand to fold, which was the better hand, even on the flop. So very well played by JD. Interesting play by Sam. Queen deuce of diamonds for JD. Good rip this.
JD thinking hard.
Raise total 17.
Goes for the raise
All in.
instead. And all in from Sam with King 3 off.
Difficult for JD to call here. Should definitely fold. That should have been the purpose of the raise. There he does. That's what he does. But yeah, I mean, a raise here is not the best move because it's better to call Sam all in or just fold. because raising here is risky.
Right, more than a 2-1 chip lead right now for JD Bhaiya. Sam's got 10 bigs. Blinds at 4K, 8K.
16. 4,000 more? No, you have only 4,000.
Sam just limps in. Let's see what JD Bhaiya does.
One more.
With
This is
Jack
a
4 suited.
Sorry. Colorblind.
What's on?
On me?
Yeah.
All in?
All in.
And JD Bhaiya with a great shove gets the job done.
Sam exactly 10 big blinds. So it's just one flip, anybody's game. JD Bhaiya with ace 8 off, he's definitely calling Sam's raise, but he's one out of position.
Call.
And Sam
has called with ace 7.
Dominated. All right, this is going to be really interesting now for Sam. He needs a lot of help on that board. His ace 7 dominated by JD Bhaiya's ace 8. 5-5-3 is the board. Some chop outs.
No way.
Ooh, you have some outs now.
6.
Right, he picks up some more outs, but unfortunately none of those to be realized. And with that being said, Sam will finish runner-up, take home 25,000, and the winner for today coming from behind is JD Bhaiya. He's going to take home 60k, and that's a wrap from the commentary booth. Signing off from the booth along with Vivek Bajaj, myself, Sriram Chakravarti. Sridhar, it's been a pleasure, guys.
Have a great day. Thank you.